All radio is dead. All radio is dead. All radio is dead.
I'm afraid of radio wars.
You niggas try and play the nigga,
Who is this guy? Who is this? Read that comment down there, Lance. You see it?
This guy here in Ellis sounds a lot better than Sans.
This dude has ruined being Asian for dynasties. Forget about Star Trek. There's not going to be another Asian in space for generations.
He's a man with respect. He respects women 150%.
She's not even a real hoe.
This is the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life. What the fuck are you pushing me to?
One of her front teeth that is cut with a slant, like a 45-degree angle. How the fuck does that happen? It looks like someone cut it with a rotary tool.
Yeah, get Ian Ellis on the show. He follows me on Twitter.
Spell it. Joe. I spell Booney.
He's a radishy cougar. And if he thinks I'm fake news, well, you know what? Come see what fake news is, because I'll teach you what fake news is, because we are real news. We're Kill the Buddy J. We are real human beings, and nobody disrespects me.
That means you're gay.
Make fun of my show all you want. Hey, I don't care. You're the joke, not me. You're the biggest joke on the face of this earth. You didn't know what you're talking. It didn't make sense. You can't even show your own face. It's a super mic. I don't need no mic. Do I need a mic to be on my show? No, I don't need a mic. I don't need nothing. I just need a camera, my sports show. You have a basement that is broken down. Holes in the wall. Welcome to the gaming channel. Give me a freaking break. I'm better than you 150%.
You address the question. Who addressed the question, you fucking bitch-ass chinkster? Seriously, who wants to watch Rice Stir?
You got me.
Are you fucking scheming?
Yes. Timber
Freak?
works really hard all day to put these shows together so that he can get 15-minute cam shows.
Yeah.
Yes.
We got like guys that are just literally obsessed with Patrice O'Neal. I don't understand that.
So, I apologize. My name's
I
Ian.
know.
Let me
Fuck
introduce
you.
myself.
I laughed at all of your jokes. I laughed at all of Alan's jokes. I'm always good to people. Go fucking fuck yourself, dude.
What do you feel like I did to you?
Just go. Just don't talk to me.
I
Not talk to
apologize.
me. Do not talk to me. Go away.
All right. Well, I apologize
Well,
for
no,
making
I
you feel
don't give a
bad.
shit. Go fuck yourself.
I want to make amends.
Yeah, no, you're horrible. You're horrible, and you humiliated me in front of people that I care about and respect. So please go away.
I apologize
No,
if I
you're
made
not
you
even
feel
any
that
good.
way.
So please go away.
Thank you.
No,
And I'm sorry.
go fuck yourself. Take your fucking fedora and go to the dick.
So this little fag fucking, he goes, I don't like radio wars, and he fucking does this shit?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the wacky, wonderful world of With Apologies. First up, your host is with the mostest, Ian Ellis. And the investor himself, Big Belly Bell. What's good, boy?
Hello, everybody. I've arrived.
Oh shit! Who's
And
that?
we lost Cosmic just like that.
Kenny.
Well,
that's not Kenny.
Ian, you got what you wanted. Ross Dog is gone.
And then there were three.
For people that don't know the story, I found out Ross Dog has made pedophile jokes and more in blackface, so I had him canceled.
Oh,
Hashtag
really?
Cancel
Shit.
Ross Dog. Yeah,
Ross
man, it was
Dog
a
and
big-
Dan Harmon are in the unemployment line together right now.
I don't like these dudes being in the cartoon game, so I'm gonna take them out one way or the motherfucking other until PHILLIPWAVE reigns supreme.
CEO, are you up to date with Ian's feud with the creators of Rick and Morty?
No, I barely know what Rick and Morty is. I knew it was a cartoon, but I've never seen it.
First, Ian Ellis gets Joey Diaz canceled, and now he's going all out against America's favorite late night cartoon.
Oh my
Coming in
God.
at number one.
I thought America's favorite late night cartoon was Family Guy.
You're a little behind the curve, CEO.
I think that's what I figure. Or South Park. Although South Park's lately sucked shit.
So, CEO, I made a documentary.
Would you agree with that, Ian? Would you agree that South Park has sucked shit the last few years?
I didn't like this last season, but I have like the 3 previous to that.
Really?
Yeah, like everybody bitches and complains about that season where Trump won, but I loved that season.
I think once they did like Imagination Land, they sucked.
That's a long time ago. That's like freshman year of high school for me. That's 14 years of bad South Park episodes.
Are you serious? They've been doing, how long have they been doing? They've been doing South Park since what, 1996?
Yeah. Definitely 1997.
South Park sucked in probably.
I love Imagination Land. How dare you, CEO?
Imagination.
No, I'm saying right after Imagination Land, it sucked.
Listen, man, you just haven't watched it and you don't know what you're talking about. But I do have a question for the table. At what point did you realize you had stopped watching The Simpsons?
Oh, fuck, man. I can watch old The Simpsons endlessly.
I'll let you guys in on a little secret of the Belland family. I've never watched The Simpsons.
You know.
Fuck out of here.
I watched the season 3 DVD in middle school. That was kind of cool. And I saw some clips online one time in like a compilation. And that's it. Every time I've ever turned on Family Guy or not Family Guy, Simpsons, it loses my interest immediately.
It's such a cultural milestone. It's almost like you just went, I've never heard of black people.
I'm not sure I'd go that far. I've heard of The Simpsons. I just don't like them. You could say I'm prejudiced against The Simpsons. Maybe I don't like yellow people. That's possible. I mean, I love Futurama, and it looks the same and is made by the same people. I just don't think Simpsons is that funny of a show. By the time I started watching it, they were already in like season 15, and according to you guys, that's when it's garbage. So, I mean, I never got to experience good Simpsons.
I think the last good episode of The Simpsons was
Mr. Plow. I agree. Sorry.
No. I would say the episode where they're in the boy band and it actually is just a secret plot by the Navy to get people to join. That was the last good episode, and I think that's season 12.
See, my routine used to be I would go to comedy on Monday, and then I would go over to my boy's house and we'd watch Simpsons, Family Guy, American Dad, all that shit. And then once I had a lady in my life, I stopped hanging out with him and just never watched it again.
Oh shit! Oh my god, Mr. Cardinal's like 90 years old. Holy shit!
Was he talking about Leave It to Beaver?
No, it said the first Simpsons was on the Tracy Ullman show, and she watched it live.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Holy shit!
I saw a compilation of season 2 Simpsons one-liners. It was just a bunch of one-liners, and I was like, oh, those are some pretty good jokes. I can see why that show was pretty good. But it's like asking someone to start watching Family Guy at season 18. It's not the same show that it was.
If you had told me I've never watched South Park, off the top of my head, I'd give you 10 episodes. I'd be like, you just watch these 10. I couldn't tell you a single Simpsons episode.
I've heard of all the good ones.
Maybe the monorail.
They're all in between season 3 and 9. Yeah, I know where they're at. I don't know. It seems like a lot of work to do. I don't get why
they haven't just canceled it yet. Like, you guys they got rid of Apu. Flanders is gone. Like, I remember when they killed off Maude, and that was like a big deal.
Just waiting for the staff to die. Well, so this show.
No, it's not that. This is how old The Simpsons is. Apu is now racist. I can't even believe that. First off, I can't believe that's something that people give a fuck about. Like, they've run out of shit to give a fuck about.
I kind of wish we lived in like the opposite timeline where instead of canceling the Simpsons because of Apu, the Simpsons people just went like, okay, you know what? We'll kick him off the Simpsons and we'll pull a Family Guy like they did with Cleveland, and they just give Apu his own series where he just runs a 7-Eleven. Different ethnicities come in every episode and try to shoplift.
That would have worked for exactly one episode.
That's all you need. That's all you need.
They should have spun it off as like a one-time special 3-episode pilot thing.
Then everyone gets to look at it and be like, see, this is what you wanted, representation. You have an Indian cartoon now. Look how good it is. Don't you wish Apu was in The Simpsons?
Ooh, I can see the smell lines from here.
Wouldn't it be great if on The Simpsons the characters were talking shit like, "Hey, Apu, since he left, nobody watch. Nobody watch."
Oh yeah, how could that's something they've never done? They've never done a. No, wait, they have done it. What am I saying? They have done a live Simpsons episode.
Rick and Morty.
Jesus, they've really done everything.
So this show, I have suspected for years that Dan Harmon and Justin Roiland are Pizzagate pedo weirdos.
Okay.
And this is like Lane mentioned last week when he's like, Ian, you've been teasing Bill Burr for 5 years. So I've been teasing Rick and Morty for 3 or 4 years now. And I'm like, I swear to God, guys, there's some creepy shit going on over here. And so Twitter has now busted Dan Harmon. And I thought this is a great time to clip up all that creepy shit and put it in a documentary contrasted against their fans, which are all
right,
kids.
can we put it on with can we put it on with apologies too? Because I'm trying to build that channel.
Yeah, you can rip the file. Cosmic and Rex did a review or a live watch, a reaction vid.
Oh, that's what that thing was.
It took it from 24 minutes to 78.
Oh, why don't we just play that and then we can have the night off?
Cosmic had some great lines. Rex had some great lines. So
Crazy.
Here's my thought on Dan Harmon. I don't want him canceled or fired. I just want people paying attention. Don't say the signs weren't there and nobody saw nothing when it turns out he has a Jared Subway computer full of horrendous pictures.
Yeah, I was seeing some of it, and there was like a clip where it's like a kid in a bar, and then there's like some monster guy who's like, ooh, yeah, okay, hang up the phone now, yeah, and then he starts trying to like rape him, and I'm just like, what the fuck am I watching?
Pretty much every episode of Rick and Morty will have at least one joke where it's either pedophile or incest related. I think almost literally every single episode. And it does get weird. Like, they take it too far.
When I was a kid, one of the first YouTube videos I really liked where I was like, what the fuck? It was all the hidden sex in Disney movies. And, you could say, if you're looking for a dick, you're going to find a dick. But they showed a lot of stuff in there where you're like, God damn, there's a penis on the Little Mermaid. And Simba turns into the word sex. And there's a naked person in the Mouse movie. There's some creepy shit going on over there. So I've been vigilant since then.
That's fucked.
I've been, while we're talking fucking TV cartoons, I've been rewatching Family Guy in like the background as I've been doing stuff the last few days. And there's a lot of pedophile jokes in Family Guy too. It's almost to the point where I'm starting to think maybe we all just started noticing recently, but maybe all cartoons have that. Like every season of Family Guy has multiple episodes where the jokes are based on pedophilia.
The difference is Family Guy makes pedo jokes, but imagine if the joke was like Peter and Chris were fucking. And that's the level that Rick and Morty is on. It's not a pedo joke here and there, or it's not some character that all the other characters know is bad, and wink and nod isn't this creepy. It's like, this is a lifestyle choice.
I think there's a difference, though. Like if you look at like what Will Apology does, we make fun of pedos as opposed to making pedo jokes.
Yeah, on behalf of. Where
Yeah,
you're pedo
it's like
representation.
Right. We never do the Uncle Paul and like lean heavily into pretending to be one. It is always just making fun of other people for potentially being a pedophile.
Well,
So I see what you're getting at.
yeah,
I did think back, and if you recall, I did threaten to fuck and molest Rev in all kinds of ways in the midst of our battle, explicitly. It's a pretty derogatory and awful way.
True, but rape is not necessarily pedophilia, Ian. Those are two separate crimes.
One's delicious, one is a crime.
And Dan Harmon there's a clip in there where he goes like, "I'm into incest porn," and he's like, "Not stepdad, dad."
That's fucking weird.
Well, Helen thinks that we're all not defending comedy and we're cancel culture SJWs, Ian.
We are. We're SJWs for sure.
Listen, my documentary is incredibly fair because amidst all the evidence, it's people coming up with every kind of theory and excuse as to why that's okay. From I don't care if it happens to me to this is the deep state and Dan Harmon done fucked up at the Pizzagate party.
No, that stand up where he's holding both the dolls together, that has such ping pong pizza vibes to it. His little stand up, whatever he does, is super ping pong pizza energy.
Start, though? When I'm so like, okay, like to me, this might sound crazy because I don't pay attention. Well, I feel like they've been talking about him forever, but I feel like Donald Trump has been president for like 8 months. And like for some people, it feels like it's been like that was a fast 4 years for me. I don't know about you guys, but
dude, my corona is like we've been doing this for like a week and a half, right? That's my sense of time.
No, corona feels like it's been a year, but Donald Trump feels like it's been 8 months.
He's got that
so
energy.
When did it turn like where we realized that Hollywood was all pedophiles and shit? When was that?
Started with our man Alex Jones.
Yeah, but I'm saying when like what year was it?
Didn't they kill Stanley Kubrick in the 80s for making that Eyes Wide Shut movie, or was that a different director that they offed? And they like took 50 minutes of scenes out of his movie.
About like when did the cultural awareness shift?
It started in the UK with Jimmy Savile, I think. I can't remember what year that was. Yeah, I know. 2015 or something, right?
I wish Cosmic would stop leaving.
You know,
I kind of like the bit that he's doing, though. It keeps me on my toes.
Okay, fair enough.
Who's the kid that was like, you give me $10 million, I'll tell you all their names?
Feldman, right? Feldman?
Yeah,
I'll stay CEO.
Feldog is probably what shot it into the bloodstream of the culture.
Yeah, but he like that's the thing. He's like a zero. I don't give a fuck. We gave a fuck what he thinks, even if he did get molested.
And then Me Too went from women to also going after gays, and that's a pretty big step toward busting the pedos.
Well, how about like for such a long time, it was like accepted to be like Michael Jackson fucks kids, and we're just not going to do anything about it. We're just all going to look the other way. Dave Chappelle did 100 jokes about it. We all believed the jokes, but we're just going to look the other way. Now it's like everyone is calling everyone else
No.
But then everyone's like, but you know, Michael Jackson, he got a bad rap. Like, how is it both? How is Michael Jackson innocent and Dan Harmon's a pedophile? I feel like it has to be either both or none.
How is Ian Ellis innocent and Dan Harmon a pedophile? That's
no one ever said Ian Ellis was innocent.
All those compilation tapes. I'm just gonna have to like and retweet anybody that attacks me. I have no defense for any of this. Yeah, man. Glad you got the clip.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Ian Ellis has gotten a bad rap by society. That's what I think.
Well, I put together a montage today. Instead of giving Cosmic 10 clips, I gave him one clip with 10 people on it.
New format. Interesting.
It's called the grab bag of garbage. You guys
I
like to take a crack?
I like that PHILLIPWAVE is continuing because I know Ian wanted to like stop doing it, but it's like I know this has nothing to do with what we were talking about, but I just like that there are people out there that bug Red Bar that are part of the LLC, and we don't even know who they are. Yeah, if you guys are out there, you're welcome to talk to us.
You can come on air. Just be polite. That's what we are, a polite show. Well, speaking of merch, new PHILLIPWAVE dropped today. It's called Everything is Awesome. Merch is a Lego. And Merch is the headliner, the first performer in our clip tonight. He comes up twice. And I don't want to tease it too much, but I also have some Ryan Long who's going to be coming, and he's going to be a guest on our show next week.
Oh my God, are you serious? Wait, here's something I want to say though, just before we begin, and I can't believe I am saying it, but Merch has been cool lately. Like he hasn't copywritten struck us.
Well, you know, I learned my lesson. It's like I hit you once and you hit me 10 times. You guys haven't hit me once because I'm awesome.
But I'm like, I half expected, honestly, with the Red Bar clip, I expected it all to be taken down. But it was Bobby Kelly and Mike Culta. Like, ugh.
Oh, there's a Bobby Kelly in our clips tonight. It's somewhere in that bag.
All right, well, let's play this.
I got a good bag. You're gonna like the bag.
I wanna be mad at you about that, but I can't. I can't because my BMW is in the shop, and because I get it. Everybody told me not to do it, and I did it anyway. And I did it. You know what? I'll tell you this. I did it because I'm awesome. The bottom line. People that hate me want my BMW to fail, but I will say this.
People hate me want my BMW to
fail. You, but I'm being so awesome. Guys, stick around, hang out for subculture with us.
What is BMW to fail?
You know what we should do is get sponsored by that bet company, and we could do like bets on his fucking BMW, so people actually are rooting for it to fail.
Oh fuck, that would be great to have a BMW pool going.
You could bet on anything at Bets USA.
What is with our fools and car problems? Because keep in mind, Felony's car broke down at the Acura dealer that he lives in.
Yeah, he lives in that car.
I want our fools driving better cars.
I like how Mersh kind of pitches it. Like he's like, people that hate me want my BMW to fail. Like it's not Mersh that people are hating on, it's the BMW. Like people hate that Mersh has a BMW. It's not you, it's your BMW.
Now, some people suspect that he does cocaine. This sounds like cocaine talk to me. This is Kanye West. I'm cool. I do cool things. That's why I'm hanging out with Dave Chappelle.
He does got a kind of weird thing going on with his voice in this clip, but it's kind of hard to tell because of the way it's been screen recorded.
Get off my ass.
Yeah, in 240p.
I ripped this off of a Verizon phone.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I gotta set up like when the Terminator's always trying to build a little time machine. You just got a whole bunch of lights and bolts screwed in together. Motherboards.
Free 7 days a week. Wet and gushy. Make that pull-out game weak. Yeah.
What the hell just happened to this clip?
Yeah, you dealing with some wet and gushy.
Yeah, I told you this is a grab bag, and this is our girl Lena Dunham, HBO's Girls.
You just came and just set this in our laps, Ian.
This is the girl that touched her sister.
Ew. So she's a fan of Rick and Morty, you're saying?
Oh yeah, man. She's a pedophile too.
Did you know autistic Elon Musk was in Rick and Morty?
Yeah, I knew that. Is Elon Musk not allowed to do cameos in cartoons, Ian?
Dude, he's out there stunting. He hangs out with Kanye West, Joe Rogan. He's like Bruce Wayne. He's got this playboy lifestyle.
Oh, I fucking am so sick of Elon Musk. Man, stop trying to lick his balls, man.
In Batman, where it's like Bruce Wayne has to go to all these parties, I'm like, I don't think he has to do that. I think you could just not show up to anything ever, and that's fine.
Yeah, why does he have to go?
Just be a creepy old rich dude.
That that was always a fucking thing I didn't get about Batman. It's like, this guy's rich, like, you made it. Why are you trying to fight crime? Is he a hobby?
Bruce, you got the bag. Sit down and be humble.
Yeah, like look at Spider-Man. Spider-Man's what I can't stand it any. You know what what's a good movie for, not because it's a good movie, but the idea of it's good. Hancock, where it's a superhero who's just like, yeah, I'm gonna drink 40s and I'm gonna eat chicken.
You know, a Hancock could be recut as the story of Charles Bennett.
Yeah, if Felony was a superhero.
They got the same vibe. He's ready for the reboot.
But what's with these superheroes and these fucking, like, they have full-time jobs and they fight and yet the fucking bad guys can never figure out when they're not at work.
Yeah, if I'm fucking catching criminals and you want to give me attitude about being late for work or calling off, you eat a dick job.
Yeah, what did the Hulk do?
He was a hobo. He had a ukulele.
Even then, that's a
wait a minute.
All right, y'all don't have any comments about her juking, her pregnant body?
There's nothing.
I mean, yeah,
it.
I'm not enjoying it. Is that a comment?
Positive, baby. Body positive. Oh, so Big J got tackled off the stage.
I heard about this.
Sorry, Ian.
No, you play.
Wait, can I play it now?
Work that pussy. Work that pussy. Yeah, man.
Yeah, you dealing with some wet and gushy.
You think that like gets that wet? I think that's Luis J. Gomez. Seems like a false flag operation.
It looked like he got sent down like a Six Flags water slide.
Oh, you know how much I like it?
Get 911, dude. Put my name in.
I love that they kicked his chair over while he was sitting on it, though.
Ian, you got to put like a buffer, like a static screen or a black screen in between all these clips. You got to give us a little bit of room to breathe on it.
I uploaded this at 6:30. It almost didn't happen.
All right. Well, I guess we're into the next clip already.
So coming up next, we have Mr. Charles Crazy Horse Bennett.
Okay, I haven't seen this yet, so we got to take it slow because I was saying
I've got my
the
finger
other
on that
day,
pause button.
All right, good, because I was saying the other day, like, I was getting worried because I'm like, I haven't seen anything from Felony. I haven't seen anything from Michael Arana. Like, I'm getting worried because Michael Arana, what he's been doing lately is he's been having two bald white guys come in and they just sit around and talk about how Canada is not like America and we need to get more like America. And I'm like, why is, and they have like 3 live viewers.
Yeah, I never understood that. I was seeing that too. It's like I can't remember his fucking name. Arana Nation. He like sold the rights to his channel or something. Is letting these fucking canucks.
Yeah, it's like they could easily start their own channel and be just successful.
This is the beginning of something big. This is the beginning of a network. This is the beginning of a movement. This is the beginning of the truth.
Yeah, like what happened? Did Arana get a real job and he just doesn't want to do it anymore?
It's almost like I picture all this shit like wrestling. He's like a big black dude, and then he's got these two bald white guys look like Humpty Dumpty, matching muscle shirts.
Yeah, what the fuck?
I really hope that this COVID thing does end up taking a turn for the worse, and like everyone over 40 just eats it, and people like Michael Arana and Joe Booney end up taking like high positions in public offices because there's just not enough people passionate enough to fill all the empty spots.
How many people would have to die where Joe Booney becomes the front runner?
Like the Prime Minister of Canada?
Yeah, like not he doesn't have to be like the winner, but just like he becomes a candidate.
I think if 15 to 20% of Canadians over 18 died right now, we could see presidential candidate Joe Booney within 15 years.
Oh,
I think.
shit.
Mr. Joe Booney, due to a nuclear explosion, you are the 4,000th person in line to rule Canada. And
Rule.
With great humility, I bestow upon you.
Yeah,
the
what would
Emperor
Joe
of Canada.
Booney? What would Joe Booney offer us?
Oh,
as
my
Canadians?
friend, let me tell you, I'm going to make Canada great again.
Yeah,
know
he
a
would
third
just
of
say
Canada
shit
was
like,
killed
he's
in a
gonna
nuclear explosion.
He's gonna make Canada humble. Like, what the fuck does that even mean?
I'm going to respect Canada 150%. You better believe it.
You want to start with change? Let's fix the lineup at the National Hockey League. Let's start there.
We need more funding for the Leafs. What is this? The Toronto Raptors. They need a bigger stadium, people.
They're the heart and soul of Canada. You want to believe
Yeah,
it?
all
Let
his
me tell you
shit.
something.
All his shit would be sports and fucking podcasting. That's all it would be.
And steak dinners for every Canadian.
Oh, yeah, steak and cheese.
I didn't think to clip it and see.
Oh wait, what am I saying? Steak with cheese.
Maybe CO can find this. Joe Booney sent me a TikTok of him and a guy talking about the dangers of suicide. And as he's talking about it, Joe Booney's got his player face on, and he's doing his LL Cool J, like kiss the fingers.
I
peace
saw
sign.
that. Yeah, that video made me disgusted. Not because of Joe Booney, because the other guy was like, "I'll be your friend. You gonna kill yourself? I'll be your friend."
Does the grab bag here happen to have Joe Booney's motivational video from a couple days ago in it? Did you guys
does
catch that?
not. So if you can grab that, it would.
All right, I'll get
Well,
that. I'll get
let's
that
play
for
the
later.
felony tape because I want to see that.
Yeah. Let's
All
get
right,
back
let
to
me,
the video.
Let me comment on felony real quick. So he lives in his car. So this stream is from his car. And felony has a friend who left his house to come hang out in the car with felony. This is felony's friend hanging out in the car.
And then one night, shit, it's a good night for the cops.
Good night for the motherfuckers.
We're smoking, sir. If anything goes on, So, as you guys know, I'm a single man. We have a in relationship man right here. And pop some questions to this nigga, man.
Yeah, talk to me, man.
Relationship wise, because I can't tell you guys anything, and I know at least 17 of you niggas on here are in a relationship.
This is the pimp hour.
Oh my god! Wouldn't it be great if Felony took over the Dante role?
That would actually be a dope show. He'd be like more worthy.
Yeah, it's Felony. Keep in mind, this is a guy who, when he fought in Pride FC, said that his training regimen was jacking off. That's what he told them. He's like, "Yeah, I do a lot of jacking off. That's how
I follow the same regimen."
So Felony's gonna ask his friend a question, and I just want you to kind of loosely pay attention from where it starts to where it ends, and see if you can follow how it gets there.
Fucking shit! Fuck.
Gosh,
you
over there fumbling.
You
with
fucking block it. It won't go away. I don't know how to make this go away. Okay. Hold on, guys. No, don't worry. We're going to get right back to it. It's don't even worry. I got it right here. This is where we left off, right?
Yeah, right.
I really don't understand the way this shit go, right? So when you see,
No, it was right here.
Man, look at this.
Okay, hold on. It was right here, Ian.
Cosmic, I swear to God.
I'm
17 of you niggas
I will
on
scalp
here
you.
are in a relationship.
All right, here
Put
we
your
are.
hands in
Boom,
your
go.
pockets.
I know it's
Hands
Yeah, we're
up.
there.
Hands up.
that, but I know the majority of them that is. So the ones that's single and you have questions, you know, throw them to me. Even if you is in a relationship, throw them to me. I answer any questions asked.
Yeah.
And it's not gonna be no lies. Straight truth, you feel me?
Here's one question. I read this on the internet the other day. It says, can a man have a girlfriend? No, can a man love his wife? Man, look at this shit. Y'all don't understand, man. Listen, y'all really don't understand the way this
That was
shit
the
goes.
premise.
So when you see, that alphabet community person, and you guys know the
What?
alphabet community person.
It was
is, right? And once you see one of these,
It's a left turn,
right,
felony.
and their mindset dealing with these guys, they're real aggressive. They're like, it's like, nigga, hold up, nigga. I'm not a woman for you to be that aggressive with. Two, I probably could fuck you up, nigga. So meaning that this man is,
He's like TK Kirkland.
Right. This is why I say don't make eye contact, you know?
Yeah.
Nigga, I know you,
Don't look
man.
in the eye.
I'm not into men. So when you go walking up, tone that down a little bit before you hit me.
He's gonna be hurting his head.
I can just see the nigga now walking up to the.
But
What you said about me?
nigga,
you can call me.
But I'm trying to tell you, scrolling straight through the hole, man. Ain't nobody said nothing about your family. Going about your business and be humble. I'm gonna sit that ass down.
Oh man.
So, the light skin one can show side.
That is not a problem.
I'm married, but I still have my fantasies, bro.
See?
I can love my wife and just fuck a bitch and not care about that whole stuff.
Well, that's, and you guys know that's why I always purchase gifts from God. You know, if you don't know what a gift from God is, my nigga, expensive with, you know what I'm saying, and whores. You call them gifts from God. You know? It's just so it's a little less offensive, you know.
It's a lighter name.
Call a whore.
Make some noise for Ryan Long.
See, Ian, that's why you need the little black screens, because now we're already in Ryan Long mode. We didn't even have we figured out. I have a question about felony. Is he intentionally wearing his glasses like that, or is there a reason? Okay, I thought
that's
maybe
how he wears them. That's why they're like that. That's just how he wears them.
I thought maybe one of his ears was crooked or something. Nope, he's just a style guy. Okay, I see it. What
That's
about
how
his
Hostbusters is wearing them now? I've seen Hostbusters lately with them.
Why does his friend look like he's like a baby version of Felony? Like this guy saw Felony and was like, I'm just gonna take all of his traits but not do crack.
Hasn't done enough crack yet, exactly.
Don't they look like in 30 years when Key and Peele make a movie?
Oh.
They getting the band back together, got a couple hot sketches in them.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I read this article. Can you love your wife and gay dudes better not talk to me?
Yeah, I couldn't believe that was the turn he took. What the fuck?
So is
What
this guy
fucking article was that? I want to read that article where they're like, you can love your wife and tell gays to step off.
Yeah, are they doing an Ask Ellie thing where they take an article like
they are kind of doing like a little Felony Phillip show right here.
Yeah, Felony Phillip show. Oh shit.
Black Felony. Yeah, baby, Felony.
My glasses are crooked because they can't fit on my head with the bone in my ear. Yeah. So who is Ryan Long, Ian Ellis? I don't even understand who this person is and why we're getting into him.
Yeah,
Let's
I
talk
really
about
don't
this.
want to get into this stuff. I'd rather save it all to be a surprise. But if we have to, Ian,
This is just, we're getting to know. I think we're going to end up being friends with him. This isn't like going after him. This is fun teasing.
okay, good.
So Ryan Long has been going viral on YouTube with these videos like woke people and racist people believe the same thing and like how to get cancel points. And he's had some really cool videos. I like them. So I invited him to come on the show. And then I come to find out he's a massive ROTC fan. This is one of Mersh's friends. And, you know, we're in the business of taking Mersh's friends away from him. So me and CEO did a podcast about him. He listened to that podcast. He said we have some valid criticism. And a lot of what we're about to see is stuff we talk about on the podcast. So you're going to get a little taste of his comedy. His comedy special is called In the Net 2. And then we're going to go straight into his podcast, The Boycast, with his special guest, Revenge of the Cis.
Ian, just from the title of his comedy special, I have a strange feeling that this might be a little similar to something we've seen you do in the past.
You know, he's also recently appeared on the Dante Nero podcast.
That's what I want to talk to him about.
Okay, is that clip in here?
Lane, he's friends with Mersh and Dante and Lewis.
All right, you should have led with that.
He had Dick Masterson on his show. He's just somehow come into our orbit, and being as close of friends to Royce and Mersh as he is, he has to have watched PHILLIPWAVE. Being friends with Dante and Lewis, I'm sure PHILLIPWAVE has come across his desk. So I would like to know what this free speech warrior thinks of my teasing.
I have to
Just
say,
so it's a little.
Sorry, guys. I thought Ian sent it to me to take it away. Sorry.
okay. You know what? I had nothing, so
Less offensive.
We're gonna get the first joke off in the net.
It's the lighter name on it.
Yeah.
Ian, I really
Canadian.
fucking this up.
He's Canadian. He looks almost identical to our friend Nick. And he's part of the culture war, similar to Gavin. I don't really know the other people. Nick Fuentes.
Milo Yiannopoulos.
Yeah, he's in that vein.
I hope this guy doesn't like us and he becomes like the Ian Ellis of the American Dream podcast, and we just go to war slowly with a mirror version of ourselves.
yeah. Why don't we have American Dream on again?
You know, American Dream was trolling Unbleached the other day.
See, Ian, you know what I was thinking? No, Ian. Just you know what I was thinking about today? I was thinking about this fucking guy, how he hyped that a friend of ours is going to be made fun of on Red Bar, and I'm like, oh my god, I can't imagine who it could be. I can't even imagine who it could be. And then it comes to fucking find out it was Broke Bar. I was like, you motherfucker. Like, you, it was like he gave me a Christmas present and he hyped it and it was there under the tree. And then the day of, it's like a gift card or some shit. I was like, you went to the store, you could have got me something. And instead you got me a fucking gift. Like, I don't even want this.
I'd
rather you take it back.
You would relish in the success of the Broke Bar term. That it rose up the ranks through the bloodstream.
I know, but I'm saying it could have been someone so much better.
Well, now he's on to Mersh.
All right. We can play the clip now.
For Ryan Long!
I took an Uber here, and the Uber driver farted in the cab and then turned up the music.
Stop it. Stop it.
Like he was trying to cover the smell with the scent.
That's a Simpsons joke.
Is something upsetting you?
Wait a second. That's a Simpsons joke.
Okay, we got to take this one step at a time. I've never seen a comedy special that while the comedian's doing jokes, they're just showing the bartender like cleaning up, like gathering up all of her belongings. And then second thing is I didn't know Save Robbie did stand-up comedy, and you should have told me that's what we were about to watch.
Uh-oh.
Wait a second. Did he said that he took an Uber here and he farted in it and turned up the volume?
As if that would make the smell go away.
Yeah, that's a Simpsons joke.
I'm also
I can tell you
the
episode it's from. It's the one where they had Kim Basinger and Alec Baldwin on the episode.
Well, but it looks like there's a new expose coming out on the LLC. Ian, this may not be the friend you thought he was going to be.
Ryan, this
We're
also
calling out a
reminded
new
me-
joke thief.
It reminded me of a Seinfeld bit. I'm not going to prosecute him on this one. It does feel like the level of a street joke. Where you're,
All right, fair enough.
And I want you to know that bar that he's performing in is the world famous Comedy Store, and he is on the main stage.
Okay, all right.
It's quite the accomplishment.
So my whole thing.
Hey, we couldn't get that many people to show up for Ryan's show tonight. Just keep cutting back to the bar. It'll be good. We'll make it work in post. Just keep cutting back to the bar.
Do you think anybody lined up to open for him? Did Tony Hinchcliffe open for this special? This is a question I want to know. Who from the Comedy Store opened for you, Ryan?
Dante.
Brandon Schwab.
Oh, fuck.
Could you imagine Dante? I could see that.
He's way too edgy to be Brendan Schwab's friend.
Yeah, me and Ryan Long, we're kind of like brothers.
And we're going to get to that podcast. We're going to find that by next week. I want to find the video version.
Yeah.
So this is just a little taste of Nanette 2. This is crowd-pleasing material. He's high energy. He doesn't apologize for talking fast. Won't take that as a note. I should probably put these crickets away.
Down. You like, does it smell in here? I don't know. It's too loud. 2 stars.
This Kim Basinger impression
You
is
are out of
terrible.
control right now. I had to go to the passport office and it was like silent, except for one guy catching up on the phone, full volume. Personal shit too. He's like, the herpes cleared up, but the hep C is still an issue. Yeah. And the lady was like, sir, could you keep it down? He goes, this is legal. This is perfectly legal. Like, that's your bar for human interaction?
Some of the guys since the beginning that have been beating the
Okay,
pavement.
pause.
There's something fishy going on here.
Did he have his phone in his hand during his set?
Yes. And a lot of it, you basically heard 2 people laughing. And then when it really hit, you heard, oh, the whole room does laugh when it's killing.
When it's good. Yeah, so he filmed a special and made sure to bring his Google Documents up with him on stage so he wouldn't forget any of his good bits.
Know something, Lane? You want to know something? So I saw Doug Stanhope live, and he claimed that he just his special just came out on Netflix. So we were the first people that were getting the new shit, and it was all the exact same jokes that we've all seen from like his. I was gonna say Libertas, but that's Dave Smith from his libertarian bullshit. You know, whatever.
Ian,
what?
I was gonna say, do you think that happens because like it starts out with good intentions? Like Doug Stanhope's just like, I'm gonna wipe the slate clean and do all new shit. The first 2 new things don't work, and he just turtles, and he's like, maybe I'll just go back to the old stuff.
No, I just think, you know, when you're like I was, you're an edgy 20-year-old being a libertarian is like, whoa. And you kind of have the same 5 talking points, but then, you know, you become 22 and you grow out of it. Whereas Doug Stanhope, just because he doesn't have, you know, children or whatever, he just is still in that whole fucking thing. So I'm saying all this to say, he brought up a fucking notepad actually on the stage, like he was, and he went through it.
He's an artist, man.
So I don't know how much we can fault the guy who went up there with a phone, because that seems to be the new standard.
Let me tell you about this Ryan Long. He's much better at making his ideas funny and staying on the side of funny than, say, Dave Smith, or these other sort of edgy bro. But he's right on the verge of like the Nick DiPaolo being serious about this, and I hope we can pull him back a little bit and be like, don't commit. Just stay with the funny. Don't become a soldier in an army.
I hope so.
So let's hear his podcast is called The Boys. He was also recently on
I went
Bo's
through
show.
some of the great points that these guys have made over the course that I've been, paying attention to them, and some of the things, because they've said a few things that have stuck with me. And, I've been actually getting a lot of messages from people here, and people have been tagging me in tweets and stuff saying that, tagging me in things that I've said here, being like, this is a sentence that really resonated with people, which I like because, I kind of go into this further on the podcast, but I'm that type of guy too. When I listen to a podcast, a lot of times someone will say something and I'll be like, holy shit. I'll press pause and then I'll write it down. I have a little note.
Oh my God, I
I'll write
hate
down
guys
quotes of
like
people I really
this.
like. So I think
pause
is, really cool.
That guys who have a whim of inspiration, Is that what you're talking
He's
about?
explaining to us his process of how he consumes podcasts on his podcast. It's like this could be his first time ever podcasting. I would have no idea.
This is very meta.
Yeah, he's exactly. It's like he's watching himself on screen and is imagining all the people being like, "Oh, dude, you're so inspiring." And I've never heard. He's talking like Joey Diaz 8 years in, like, dog, I just can't believe the fans, dog, and everyone's been so nice, and they've all reached out to me, dog. It's just like, dude, you don't have, just because you've heard other podcasters reminisce like that doesn't mean your job is to turn on your podcast and reminisce. Can you put in a little bit of groundwork first before you lay on your laurels? It's so fucking obnoxious, pretentious.
A question to the room. Does anybody have a notepad of things they've written down from podcasts?
I will fight someone if they tell me to take notes. People are like, why don't you ever write things down, Bellin? I'm like, fucking fuck you, dude. If I don't remember it, it's not important. I don't write anything down ever for any reason.
He's a numbers guy. He's a number runner.
It's all patterns, photographic memory.
Fucking Jay-Z over here.
Hell yeah, Kenny.
CEO, you don't have a notepad?
No.
I listen. I'm gonna go watch a Note Bar. Renew my Scars Notes subscription.
Oh God.
Dumb red bar humor.
I didn't even have a notepad most days when I was in university.
I'll tell you when.
Which probably isn't a good thing.
When we were starting the Beige Phillips show, I was in charge of making some clips for the show, and I had to go through and try and find the 10 pimp principles, because Dante did not have them written down anywhere.
Oh my God.
Yeah, if you don't play with a woman, then you're a paper boat on a lake of fire. Yeah.
Wait, what?
Dante. That was one of the pimp principles.
No. Say that again, because I fucking didn't get that.
You didn't write it down fast enough?
No, I'm trying.
Yeah. You gotta learn that
His
short.
pen ran out of ink.
Wait, what did he say though? If you don't,
I don't remember it, but the punchline to it was like, if you don't, your life is a paper boat on a lake of fire. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
And don't worry, CEO Pete Ard is in the chat right now, letting us know that he's taking notes that you are noteless. So everything's being kept record of.
All right, good.
Can we have the notes? If somebody does keep notes, I would like the notes on our show.
Yeah, can we use that as like can we use Pete Ard's notes as our episode descriptions?
Yeah, I hope so.
So while he's gushing about ROTC, I'm gonna take a washing break.
No, you can't. You can't
It's one thing when it
leave.
happens to my.
You can't
Yeah,
fucking leave.
don't walk away. Hold it or pee in a bottle like a man.
Yeah, what the fuck?
I'm also getting something to drink.
All right, well, let's listen to this. What's this guy's name again?
Ryan Long.
Ryan Long. Okay, Ryan Long, let us have it.
Ryan Longbrain.
I listen. I actually had a few things I was going to bring up that you guys have said over the years. Because, like, I feel like one of the main things on the Boys Cast that I've been kind of pumped about is that a lot of people will come and be like, yo, that one fucking thing you said, that I can't stop thinking about, which is a little bit of what I think with you guys a lot. Because this sounds like fucking lame as fuck, but I always like write down the quote when someone says something like that really resonates. It's kind of like, when you've been trying to say something forever. I mean, that's what good comedy is. When someone's like that, and you're like, I've been fucking trying to say that for 5 months,
Yeah, they can just crystallize it, like in,
Yeah,
make it like
I've been writing down notes on Red
Yeah,
Bar
you
all week.
articulate.
Wait, what the
I'm
fuck?
not
He
done
was
my
on
videos
the
like
air this whole time with Revenge of the Sith? I thought he was by himself talking to like his podcast. I had no idea he was a guest on a show this whole time. That was like a very surprising reveal to me.
Well, Bellan, he does a Mark Maron intro to his show, and then I cut to their guest on his show.
Oh, so he's like, okay, so he's doing like real calculated. He's editing it. He's trying to, okay. You gotta love young, fucking naive passion for something, right?
Yeah, man.
I did one about bartenders where it was like everyone was just like, fuck, that's what I've been, because I've been trying to be like, I don't know, these guys are fucking, like, it's not that they're losers, it's they think they're celebrities. That's what's annoying about them. Or the tattletale thing where it's like, that's what you fucking, because the other things that they want to feel like they're fighting a fight, you need to, they're losers. That's what's funny about them, But there's a few of them, but in the middle, recently you just had one a couple of days ago where you're saying that we live in a nation of Karens.
I just fucked it all up again. Go ahead. No, you'll figure it out. Just give me. I'll mute it and I'll figure it out. Talk for a little bit, Bell.
But
some time.
yeah, just get back there real quick. Can we just appreciate the utter boredom on both Royce's and Mersh's faces as Ryan is just like telling them about his experience being a podcaster?
I know, right?
I wonder, like, why? Like, it's so funny. Like, he's sitting there being like, these people think they're a celebrity, and you got Royce and Mersh sitting there. Both act like they're celebrities, but they're on Ryan Long's entry-level podcast as guests. You know what I mean? Like, they're not any farther. Like, they could be going on Unbleached show, and they would probably be getting more exposure than to be hanging out with Ryan Long.
Oh,
it's just so strange, and you can see it on their face. It's like they feel like they have to be there. And why? I thought you guys were like big.
because they play his clips. They love this guy. They love him.
Oh, okay. They love.
They're
and then
huge fans.
They're getting to meet him now, and they're just like, okay. Baby's
They're
first
starstruck.
podcast.
Look at it right now. They're starstruck. Hold on.
No audio, but I think this is right where we were.
Pete Ard said Mersh uses fame to get free olives out of the Applebee's garbage. Oh shit!
You think Mersh has ever gone to like a Olive Garden and sat down and got the water and breadsticks and then been like, yeah, you know what? I'm in a rush. I got a podcast I gotta go to. I gotta leave. Thanks though. And he just gets out without ever ordering any of the food. Just takes the free condiments.
He might.
He talks to his Uber driver about it. He's talked about that. Where I was telling the Uber guy about the show. It's like, oh no, Mersh, don't do that. Okay, let's see if I fixed it. Hold on.
Okay.
Let's just see.
It's not that they're losers.
Did you hear it?
Perfect.
Well, Mersh has said in the past, it's a real problem because we always get recognized when we go out. There's always at least one that they just keep looking. Plus, I got to beat off these MILFs with a stick, Had to verbally abuse this woman the other day. Yeah, I'm trying to get my dick.
You have any idea how like self-absorbed and obnoxious you have to be a passenger in an Uber, annoying the Uber driver and not the other way around? Like for the Uber driver to just be like, oh, I'm just going to turn the radio up because I don't want this guy to keep telling me about his fucking internet talk show that he does. Yeah, it's pretty. Have you ever heard of Matt Christensen? Yeah, I fought him.
So I
have Ryan Long on.
I thought maybe you were pausing because of the way Ryan Long kind of stumbled through that sentence, because he was a bit super thrilled to show these guys his notepad, and now he's kind of getting nervous that they might not be into it. Like, hey guys, did you sign my yearbook?
He just keeps talking, just keeps letting that hole get deeper and deeper. They're both just staring at their screens, looking at the clock. How long did he say this podcast was, Royce?
I got him right where I want him. Yeah, looking up to the merch man. Yeah.
It's just they think they're celebrities. That's what's annoying about them. Or the tattletale thing where it's like, that's what you fucking... Because the other things that they want to feel like they're fighting a fight, you need to, they're losers. That's what's funny about them, But there's a few of them, but in the middle, recently you just had one a couple of days ago where you're saying that we live in a nation.
The face Mersh is making is the same face I make whenever Jamie's just like kvetching to me about something. I'm just like, okay. Sorry, go ahead, Ian.
Well, he's talking about, I assume, SJW culture, and he's like, they want to be like their celebrities, but really they're just losers. And it feels a little bit like a projection.
Ooh. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Mersh and Royce have the look on their face, like they're like, we know he's talking about us, but we know he doesn't realize he's talking about us.
Karen's. Like you're dealing with an autistic kid. What's great that I forgot about is he because kind of like how we come from O&A, so we're gonna talk shit first. He has that DNA in him, so he tries to break balls with Royce and Mersh, but they're not used to ball breaking.
Okay, we got to get to that part. I'm excited for that.
But this is one of the things he wrote down.
Do. We really do. That's what it is. It's funny because today we were talking about it on the show.
I have to rewind it just a little.
Because it was the Corona snitch list.
Dude, it's ridiculous. And it's funny because like we make fun of a bunch of different people, obviously, all the time.
Blacks, Jews.
Yeah, mostly
those, just those. And women.
Probably women more than any other group, by the way. But we do make fun of everybody. But like whenever you make fun of like that one group, they think you only make fun of them because they'll pick it up. Be like, why are you? Like today we made a joke because we played like this stupid healing crystal retreat where this girl got fucking trucked.
Hey, Royce here. I just want you to notice that I'm like a professional broadcaster, and that once you prompt me to say something, I was ready to go with what I had to say about it, and my partner down there seems to be just sort of waiting for his turn to speak. Also, I'm making all the jokes.
Because the healing energies didn't protect her. And we go, see, is this what you want in your ethno-state white people? You fucking want your little ethno-states. It's going to be filled with these people. And then immediately, it's like, why the fuck you always making fun of white people? I'm like, what?
Oh, my God. They're actually kind of sensitive a little bit.
Yes, they are. They are because we were talking about the genre, but they always bring up like, we made cathedrals, we went to the moon. They go, yeah, but Mike had a great line. He goes, yeah, but you work at a Pep Boys now.
Shut up. Seriously. Like, you have no excuse. Like that makes your situation even more pathetic when you break it down. You're like, okay, so your grandfather went to the moon, but you drive for DoorDash. I wouldn't exactly brag.
It's the white people we was kings thing, It's the same thing. Can't make fun of anybody. Everyone's fucking hypersensitive. And the thing at Karen's is hilarious. I don't know if you saw on Twitter, but there was this dude, this verified guy that was tweeting Chipotle because the guys that were working at Chipotle, these minimum wage teenagers, kind of had their mask pulled down.
Yeah.
Ian, did you pipe up to say something, Ian?
I was just throwing in little jokes. I was talking about Just Denny.
I'm sorry.
Did Royce write down that line that Mersh said?
It was good. Pet Boys.
I'm glad you look up from the notepad. I'm glad you're not just writing stuff down. You're paying attention.
if you ever worked in a kitchen, like it's fucking hot back there, and he was tweeting, "Well, could you believe these?"
I have never worked in a kitchen, never will, but I'm sure that's something both of you have done.
Well, that's because you're not Hispanic. But if you were, you'd understand what a kitchen life is.
I also like I didn't grow up like particularly around an overwhelming amount of white people, so like to me, I'm still like not since the show started doing.
You're about to be treated to 8 Mile, Mersh. Yeah, you get your shit took. Yeah, you don't come around me. I'm a tough guy. You get your shit took. Tooken away.
Well, have I really been around like actual like I'm not talking about like trashy whites. I'm talking about like white people that like are like, oh yeah,
fucking New York City.
I call my reservations in ahead of time, like weird shit like that. I don't understand that world, and like I don't understand
one brown kid.
Yeah, like I don't understand snitching. Like I've walked past like alleys where some guys get beaten savagely within an inch of his life, and had a girlfriend be like, "You should call." And I'm like, "Oh, that's nothing to do with it."
What happened? Don't get involved.
I did. I don't know the situation. Like, it's not our business. Let's just get out of here.
Honey, take a kick. This is welcome to the neighborhood.
So when these people are like, can you believe this? This guy is in here without a mask ordering a burrito. And I'm like, that's it? Like, again, I'm like, you know what I mean? I'm still sending letters to my friends that have like, literally
hard knock life.
I'm like, not really a huge deal in the grand scheme of things.
That's Mercer's always dropping the thing. You're always dropping like the hard past. And I don't want anyone else to live that life, but I've been through it so they don't have to. But back in the day, I thought you had to get popped in my block, you had to get popped in my block.
It's but I'm just saying there's plenty.
Dude, I actually grew up I grew up in fucking Toronto area. It was super multicultural. It was only till I started getting into fucking entertainment and comedy that you're like.
He grew up with CEO. Is that what we're learning?
CEO, did he grow up in the rough multicultural streets? I think we've lost him. CEO, if you're talking, nobody can hear you. Belly Boo,
hey, I'm back. I made it.
Belly Boo, Mersh was just telling us it's the hard knock life for me.
Yeah, I do appreciate that the guy with the neck beard and the vape pen who plays video games on Twitch is the one being like, yeah, I grew up in the hood.
Mean Streets of GTA 4.
And then
basically the same thing.
And then you got Ryan Long keeps jumping in and interrupting Mersh's monologues, which is actually starting to make me like him a lot.
I like that he called Mersh out on his, Mersh, always just don't forget I'm from the mean streets. Yeah. And you never really put that stuff behind you. It's more instinct than anything. It keeps you alive.
What do you think I got a BMW for?
You can take the Mersh out the streets, but you can't take the streets out the Mersh. Gift and a curse.
Completely surrounded by fucking angry white fucking people.
Wait, pause.
I love it now. Like, trust me, I won't like. Are you kidding me? Like anything less than a Marriott now? We're like, ew. No, I'm not saying that.
Whoa, Marsh is saying Marriotts are fancy.
Hollywood moosh. I just want to point out, as CEO said last week, we know what he looked like as a kid. So in these mean streets, he had slick back hair, black lipstick, and he was a goth kid with 17 earrings. Yeah, I know what it's like, bro. Yeah.
Ditching school to smoke loose cigarettes just so he doesn't get mugged by all the gangsters in his town. Fucking, hey, Gigi Allen, what's in your pockets? Just getting dumb Mersh.
Mersh, what crew of black dudes was hanging out with Neo from The Matrix? Like, no, he cool. Hey, he just a little weird though. You know, white people. Shit,
you gotta hear his jokes though. His jokes are mad funny.
Judgy as fuck, bro.
Kidding me? Yeah. Like I'm doing okay now, but yeah, back then it was like I was used to just like Yeah, I could use a curb to just lay my head on and sleep for the night. Like, you know what I mean? I don't want that ever again. But when I see people going, "Oh, hi, officer. Oh, these people aren't sitting 6 feet apart," I'm like, "Are you fucking serious? Like, grow up."
Yeah, we don't want to stay at any hotels where the doors face out to the parking lot.
Poverty's hard.
That ain't
Stop
for us.
complaining.
I was used to that for years, and now I'm just like, who cares? Who cares?
Dude, you know what's funny? When I was doing that video, the recent one I released where I was asking people to snitch on their family members and stuff, they literally snitching on my motherfucking family. Get the
Lewis, where they had that hotline where you could anonymously, tip people. Yeah, so that it was like all these people. Susan, I thought you said this job was full
I
Oh,
think
of shit.
I left this one
fucking
too long.
flooded with calls all day long.
God
Calls
damn
and
it.
was asking people
It's
to
okay,
snitch.
Ian.
They-
We'll go
I
through
didn't
it.
Something about that, or
Fuck.
At what point do I give up on the cliff? There we go. That was my buffer. We're now moving into Bobby Kelly.
I love that. Ian just
all
left
day
in all the
long
jump
calls and
cuts.
was asking people to snitch. I didn't even
something about
Look at this
that, or-
buffer. It's amazing.
I've been making.
It's like
Exacerbated Mersh.
Mersh got hired as the buffer for the video. It's like he's like the lion from MGM Grand. It's just Mersh's face in the circle. Every time your video has to load.
He's morphing into like a failed writer with his neck beard and his elbow patch jacket.
How
sports coat?
How can you
Ginsburg
still
face.
wear that off yellow cream sports jacket after all the memes that have been made of you? Why would you put that on willingly? You have a shirt. You don't need the jacket.
It's unnecessary.
He woke up, got out of bed, put on his jacket, took 4 steps over to his chair and started streaming.
He's gonna start doing this show with a pipe and a glass of wine. Yeah, I see
It looks
kids
like it.
today. I'll tell you, I remember when integrity stood for something.
Standing up for free speech the right way.
It's like David Cross is dressing up as Mersh.
With a bit of a long brain added in for extra.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right. Kenny, we're almost done with this video. Just hang in there, bud.
Oh, so we're going into Bobby Kelly. He's a guy who's had a lot of shows.
Yeah.
And one of his failed shows that nobody ever heard of was called In the Shack, where he invited people over to his shack, which he filled up with comic books to have Mark Maron-styled interviews. Now, he's a cartoonishly large, oafish man, and we're going to see him talk to Ron Bennington, and we're going to see how hurt he gets that Ron isn't his friend in real life.
This should be good. I always like a good Bennington. Didn't mean to make you stop there, Cosmic. My bad.
No, I just wanted to hear exacerbated Mersh again. I'm sorry.
Oh, perfect. No, by all means. Okay. Ian.
Bennington.
What? I'm sorry. Oh shit, you missed. Ian, I had to interrupt Cosmic's flow to tell you that that's the bumper for when you do the grab bag videos. You should just make it that clip of Mersh at the beginning and end of every clip, so we know when the next one starts.
Oh, you got 5 lip smacks to the next video. Like a cat in the heat.
Bennington live in my shed.
Who said I wouldn't do your show?
My head, my insecurity.
Oh, your insecurities.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
second stepdad, Billy Manchington.
And I just
Not
want
gonna do it, stupid. You
Already needs to be paused.
I just want you to take a minute to look at Bobby Kelly. I mean, this is a comic book character villain. He doesn't fit into his clothes. He's insanely rotund.
He looks like a picnic table.
It looks like he's wearing a picnic table. He's got Frankenstein shoulders and a Santa belly.
He really does look like. It looks like if Bobby Kelly laid down on his stomach, you could just have a picnic on his back with your bitch.
Oh no, maybe let's see how good this gets. Hold on.
Well, I
Fat
take a
fuck,
second
mother-
to look at the background as well, because I never would have pegged Bobby Kelly for being a fucking nerd, and it's all comic book shit behind them. You got a Hulk cover, a Superman, the mask.
It looks like he has like a Betty Boop trophy. I can't tell what that is.
You know what, dude? I love comic books. What can I say?
Could they have picked a smaller office for these two large men to do an interview?
It's a shed. You see the sign that says "Live from the Shed."
Okay, I guess I wasn't using my context clues.
This looks like if it was animated, we'd be following a cartoon mouse on the floor, and these are the two clay figurines we got to not get smashed by. He looks like
Loser.
Wallace and
Where's
Gromit.
your sister? I want to punch her.
I can't play if I can't play if he keeps making jokes.
It looks like if Lex Luthor played Frankenstein. If Lex Luthor let himself go. He's like a retired wrestler.
Dev, it looks like Vader that got just retired and just didn't work out anymore.
That's Hey You Guys' real dad. He sat on his head.
What was the name? Did either of you guys watch Power Rangers? What was the name of the giant head guy when he got killed? He was like a old shriveled up bald body.
Zordon?
Yeah, Bobby Kelly looks like fat Zordon.
And it's only the head.
He looks
that
like
got
the
stuck
Buddha.
in there. He can't get his whole body in the transporter. He just sticks his head in to deliver them messages.
dumb glorial head Bobby Kelly.
He did get fucked in the mouth as a kid. Old fucked in the mouth of Bobby Kelly. He really ate that trauma.
That guy. Well, you got my number from Christine. You text me and I said yes. It was very easy. Yes. It Nothing was almost too easy. It Yeah. was almost too easy. I was like, what the fuck's wrong with Ronnie? Like, he's not doing so well anymore. Yeah, what He's happened? trying to promote. Is his contract up soon? But I don't know how I get that reputation as somebody that can't be talked to, but I do have that.
You do because, and I want to talk to you about this.
Yeah.
I've known you for how long?
8 years? Yeah, at least.
But
Maybe
probably.
Ron Bennington always reminds me of the I'm gonna make you an offer you can't refuse. Whatever that guy's name is. Who was the Godfather?
The
one that was
Godfather.
Superman.
He reminds me more of Richie Ross from the old Sands Entertainment days.
Rex and Clickbait both mentioned that Bobby Kelly looks like Kingpin from Batman. Just
he does.
overbearingly tall and bald. Just big old fat guy.
He's trying to swat Spider-Man with a cane.
What's up with fat guys trying to wear these jackets to not look fat? I see you. I see you, Mersh. I see you, Bobby. You're fat.
Yeah, the only strong definitions they have are their jacket shoulders. Everything else is round.
His pant size is hula hoop. Just go get one. Regulation. That's how wide I need it.
Friendly, like closer for the last 5 years, maybe.
Yeah.
Like
Rex,
coming on
get
your
up
show and you doing shows
Pop,
with
come
me.
join us.
And I don't you're not on social media.
No.
You're not on it.
Mm-mm.
I just got your number and email a week ago. Like you've never offered it. I've hinted at it too. Like we've been at
You hear that?
events
Shots are
together.
popping
We've done
off.
shows together. You've done my shows together, my show, and we're like, oh, it was a great night. I mean, like we had, and dude, that was awesome. All right, man, we should talk.
What would you have wanted to do? What is this extra? I mean, doing these shows is more than most people in life get to experience.
Pause.
Right? So what are we gonna do? Go to a fucking TGI
Pause
Friday?
for a second. I just want to say that that is how I I speak to almost all of my friends and family. They're like, you don't call me all the time. I'm like, what? Let's just have one great conversation.
What do you want me to twirl my hair and talk about you?
What
Yeah,
did
I
you want
get
to
it.
do? Sit there on the couch together? I got shit to do.
Play 30 questions over the phone? Who's got time for that?
Bobby Kelly is going with like the Joe Matarese style of middle-aged podcasting, where he's like going back and trying to reconcile with all of his friends. Yeah, how come we never hang out, dude?
This also speaks to like when I met Bobby Kelly, he scared the fuck out of me. He has the eyes of a shark. But anytime I've ever seen him in media, he comes across as a very affable, lovable, like fumbling, oafish dude.
Pete Ard, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello, everybody.
Pete, you got a brief appearance in the new Cosmic Reaction vid?
Dude, I love this. This is really great. I want to steal this grab bag idea as well.
Go nuts. You can have
Thank you,
my
sir.
grab bag.
You got to use the exacerbated merch bumpers, though.
I can do that. Can we talk about how Ron Bennington also moves his hands like a San Francisco gay man?
I'm going to keep a close eye on that now, Pete.
He's got a mafia body and gay fingers.
Yes.
And he's just talking with his hands, the pasta solely.
He's a hitman with jazz hands, is what you're saying?
I never
Exactly.
I never trust a man over 25 that never has facial hair to be straight. That's just a general rule. If I've never seen you with even stubble, if you've got a clean shave every single day, that there's something weird there.
That or a
too
cop.
much. Yeah, well, you know, cops probably suck a lot of dick, so I feel like that kind of overlaps. But yeah.
Can you imagine those tiny fingers jerking Fez's dick one night?
Could you imagine Fez crying afterwards?
Right, Ron is just convincing them, dude, we're just friends. It's not even a big deal. Just confusing poor Fez.
You said, what more than the show do you want to do? I want to do this. What's wrong with this? This is a thing it's doing.
Yeah, but all these New York comics really all are spoiled little babies. Like Ron makes a really good point. He's like, dude, I talk to you, 4 hours at a time, on an almost weekly, bi-weekly basis. Like most people that are best friends in their 40s never even see each other more than like once every few months. So just the fact that you're even having conversations with these people obviously shows some sort of kinship. But Bob is like, dude, you got to come over to my house, dude. I got the newest iPad. I'll show you how it works. We'll watch the new Spider-Man movie animated on the big screen. I got surround sound, dude. I got the dildo. You can suck it. It won't even be a real dick, dude.
You know what, dude? Me and Culto, we got a little band going together. You play any instruments? It's brutal, dude. Pitbull toddler. It's brutal.
Yeah. I like how our Bob Kelly kind of turns into Bill Burr with very minimal time.
He always felt like a Bill Burr stan.
Yeah, no, I mean, who do you think is copied from more? Because I think Bob Kelly might be a little bit older or more seasoned than Bill Burr. So you think Bill Burr just kind of saw Bob Kelly doing like the Boston thing and was like, I'm gonna just crank that up to 11. Oh, well, then there you go. They just fucking stole each other's Boston essences. Yeah.
I think Bill Burr is doing Patrice and Robert Kelly is doing Bill Burr. And Lewis is probably doing Bobby. All the way down. Ryan Long is doing Lewis.
Who is Mersh doing?
Mersh was doing Mersh is a Jim Norton baby.
He's doing the unemployed sleeping on my friend's couch bit.
Oh, the Jim Florentine.
Yeah, I got a really nice car to go down and jerk off in.
They want my BMW to fail.
By the way, that's how we know Mersh isn't actually Jewish, because what Jew would buy a 10-year-old BMW? Seriously, come on now.
What?
If
If your car's... My bad, Ian.
He had a moment in the interview with Ryan where he's like, "Yeah, just don't fuck with my money. Oh, do whatever you want. Don't fuck with my money."
You're fucking up my bottom line. I hate business savvy Mersh. He's even worse than 8 Mile Mersh, in my opinion.
Rex, ladies and gentlemen.
What's going on, guys?
Rex, how do you feel about Mersh being like an office guy from the 80s, like Greed or Moneyball?
You're talking about his Borat jacket, or are you talking about something else?
I bet you at some point he grows out the back and does like the samurai flip.
I don't know. His Beamer is cringeworthy. He should have never mentioned it.
I mean, if you were getting a car that was more than 10 years old, wouldn't you just be like, "Hey, I'm getting a car"? What does it matter what the brand is of a car that's been on the market, since George Bush was in office? Like, it doesn't. You could have a Lamborghini, but if it's from 2002, it's not really that. It's not really that impressive.
Tesla was the new flex.
I think Mersh doesn't have a lot going on in his life, so any little event that would be it would be a big event for me to get another car, but I wouldn't bring it up because I'm pretty sure most of the people in my chat either make equal or more money than me, so I would probably keep it to myself. But he's kind of I don't know.
Mersh is talking about having his car. Like, I would expect Kyle to talk about having his car. Like, you've never heard Kyle talk about a car. So if one day he was just like,
They want my BMW to fail, stupid.
They want my BMW, stupid. The BMW has no miles on, stupid. So yeah, he would just literally talk about his BMW every show if he got one. That's Mersh. This is like Mersh's first car since the one he lived in New York. Like,
This is like Unleash his Daewoo. This is Unleash his Daewoo again.
Oh shit. Mersh couldn't wait till he got it and maybe just drop a little IG photo. He was talking about it before the contract was signed.
Yeah, it was doomed from the beginning because he already said, yeah, there's high mileage on it, but I'm gonna go check it out. I'm gonna test drive it. Like, he went through the whole process.
He wore his yellow jacket to the driving. Mm-hmm. He brought his golf gloves.
He had driving gloves. Listen, I haven't drove in about 8 years, but I'm ready. The DUI case has been expunged.
He's got a cream set of driving gloves that go with that jacket he's always wearing. He's got a little cream beret too, like a 1950s sports driver.
He gets off the bus at the bus stop in front of the dealership.
Oh shit!
He walked out with a golf club and his Borat jacket.
And he's probably buying this from some 20-year-old who's offloading it so he can get a Tesla.
Right, the 20-year-old that doesn't stream on YouTube and has been saving up his unemployment money, and he's like, you know what? I'm gonna flip this dusty ass BMW, mix it with the stimulus check, and get a brand new BMW. And you got dumb Mersh like, yeah, I'm gonna upgrade my life. 2007 BMW.
I like to think that kid was sitting in the passenger seat, fucking playing on his phone, and he had to pause and look over at Mersh trying to figure out how to move the seat back so he could fit in there. Yeah, a little help. I'm used to the buttons being on the side,
He's just cruising around the Publix parking lot trying to show off to all the 80-year-olds in his town.
So where's the trim around here? You like YouTube? I'm a pretty big guy on YouTube.
It's I don't think Mersh has anything going on in his life. Like, you remember when he was rallying against the quarantine, right? And his big thing that was being taken away from him was going to a restaurant by himself to have a steak. And he brought it up over and over and over again. And then finally the quarantine was over and he talked about that on the show.
Yeah, they don't even have
he was anti-ending it.
Yeah, he wanted the quarantine to be over. He's been against the quarantine the whole time, right? And then he kept saying, well, I like to go out to a restaurant every once in a while and have a steak. And it was like, that's the only thing you go out. That's the only thing that's been being taken away from you from being on lockdown. He never leaves his house.
He didn't even say like, how am I supposed to meet girls or take girls out to eat? He likes to go by himself and eat a nice little steak dinner.
Yeah, he brought it up so many times. It was like a reoccurring thing on the stream. Even Royce brought it up on Daywave. He's like, so the quarantine's over. Mersh went out to the spot and got a steak. Like, he brought it up. It was a reoccurring thing he kept bringing up.
Royce has grown on me so much in the last year.
Yeah, you can sense the frustration.
I feel so much empathy for him.
Fucking Mersh
Which
went
is funny
and hit
because
a Denny's steak.
Well, it's funny because Mersh has been growing, or Royce has been growing for the last year so much as well.
Oh, fat jokes. Speaking of which, Bob Kelly.
He's so fucking jaundiced and sick looking.
Royce, right?
If Royce is gonna die if he doesn't get his shit under control.
Yeah, he does look like he has cirrhosis.
Yeah, what's up with his skin? Why is he gone from Puerto Rican to like Greek or Iranian in the last few months? Like, he looks a completely different shade.
I don't know.
You know, it's the IBS, and I've been drinking these probiotics. You know.
Yeah, Royce has got poor circulation.
Yeah, Maria has me drinking the cum of other men, and
Oh God. Oh, poor Royce.
I'm gonna take a bathroom break while you guys look at this.
All right, I think we're almost done here. I know we got it. Just saying, Kenny's waiting after this.
Listen, it's not. I'm not saying I would call you.
Right.
Look, I'm looking for a father figure. I think that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I think the fact that you never gave your number. Look, it didn't bug me like fuck. But I was like, God, he just doesn't do that. But it did. I did think about it. Like, maybe Ronnie, like, doesn't like me. Maybe he likes other people.
You know that, like, you even know, like, where do I go to get his number? I don't do a lot of social stuff.
Yeah.
Because I'm an adult. Now, your kid goes out and plays with other kids, and that's sweet.
Yeah.
But do me and you need to do anything more than a show? That's the best thing that you could do.
It's so funny you say that. First of all,
You're a child, Bobby. It's brutal.
And that was the grab bag, guys. Now, Ian, you sent me some more clips. Just cue me whenever you want to play them.
I know we have a young punk rocker that's been very eager to get in here for the last hour and a half. I don't know. We want to.
He's not back here right now, Bellin.
Oh, okay. There may have been a bit of a rage quit that may have taken place behind the scenes.
There may have been. There were people got on before him, but CEO's not here, so he can't even do his bit.
True. I wanted CEO to really see this motivational Joe Booney clip. It's only about 7 seconds long.
Did you put it in the private?
I will put it in the private. I had to upload it to YouTube, but I got the link right here.
Making it easy for me, Bellin. Thank you. I figured out a way to play videos from Discord, but I can't remember how I did it.
You got to share full screen.
Yeah, that must be it.
All right.
Wait, who dropped out? Where did Ian go? Ian left.
No,
This isn't good.
Ian Ellis. All right, I put it in the chat, but I want to wait for Ian to come back. Let's see if he must be some technical difficulties.
Guys, see how fat Bob Kelly is?
He looks like the Buddha.
That's all I could see, Rex.
Like his gun is just hanging off the chair.
It's his belly is seeping off of all four sides of the chair somehow.
Yeah, it's horrible, man. Like, what happened to him? He just gave up. I remember, like, back in the day, Opie and Anthony, he lost some weight, and then he did, like, a handsome photo shoot for his website. And Opie and Anthony and Patrice and Jimmy, they fucking just trashed him.
I think they said, too, they were like, you're going to be fat again. And he was.
Yeah. Who said it that his fat cells were laying dormant like frogs in the mud in winter?
Yeah, that was Colin. I think my favorite was you look like a gay Eskimo and Eskahomo.
Colin always used to give the racially ambiguous jokes. He said like fucking he looked like a Samoan or some Native American or a Bollywood uncle.
Yeah, he called him a Moroccan Vanessa Milano.
I remember he said he looks like a casino manager. Mr. Bob, they're counting cards over there again.
I think Bob just gave up. I think he's like 50 now. He's like, fuck it, I'll just be fat.
Well, it was his knee, right? When he blew out his knee, I think that's when he finally gave up. But I think he was already sliding then. Or did he lose weight after the knee thing?
No, he talks about it like he's like, oh, I've had 7 fats or something like that. He's gone back and forth, right?
He's one of those people. He can't help it.
Yeah.
When you eat like that, every time he's been not fat, he must replace that with something. That addict, that impulse, because he has it. It doesn't go away.
He's never learned any sort of self-control or dieting. Yeah, so he must just be like, whenever he loses weight, he's probably smoking again, or he's drinking or something, and it's causing him to not eat because that appetite hasn't gone anywhere.
Yeah, that's why he was like obsessed with tech. He was the first one to have an iPad. He was the first one to have the smartwatch.
Look at this thing, dude. You touch it here, you go here, bing, bam, boop. You're reading your voicemail.
Oh, dude, I got a bandolier. It's for my cell phones, like it's machine gun ammo.
Oh yeah, I forgot that. It was like a long fanny pack thing around his body.
If I got enough shiny objects on my arm, dude, no one will notice how fat I am.
Where the hell? Oh wait, I should maybe be looking at the StreamYard screen. So if Ian jumps back in, I'll know, right?
That could be a
would
little bit helpful.
Oh, he didn't come back. Hopefully, he didn't like show up, rage quit because he didn't get on immediately. But sorry, Ian, I was loading up the Joe Booney clip. I hope you understand. Ian, get back here.
I know, dude. We are 3 hosts down on this show right now.
I know. Ian's
4
gone.
if you count Nick G.
Exactly. CO just dipped out. It was going so well. I don't know what happened.
I don't know. I guess he's got a bedtime.
After the felony Bennett stuff, he falls out. That's what happens.
Wait, was he outside with the phone again or something?
No, he was fine. He sounded normal. He just disappeared and never came back. Oh wait, did someone pop up? Oh,
His house has like one of those technology things where you can't use your phone after 8 p.m. or something. His mom will come whip his ass.
EMP, it just blocks out the signal.
You know, internet time past 7. You be up early tomorrow. Dishes to wash.
The chicken's not going to bread itself.
Yeah, man. I don't remember what we were talking about, but
we were gonna watch some clips. I think, Ian. I have a new clip, a very short one of a young Joe Booney. He wants to motivate us. He wants to show us that anything is possible and not to give up no matter what you do. He posted this video in the Discord yesterday with the caption "Never give up."
Was he doing burpees?
Let's take a look, Rex. We have 7 seconds. It's got to be a pretty intense workout, I imagine.
1, 2, 3.
Nice.
There you go. That was it. That was Joe Booney's motivational video for you guys. You too can do 3 push-ups consecutively if you just believe in yourself.
Hell yeah.
Was that his Vine workout show?
It must be, Ian. I guess he's doing
for TikTok.
Yeah, I didn't know Joe Booney was on TikTok. He's a young go-getter. He's on all the social medias.
Rex, are they going to make TikTok illegal?
They should. That's all I hear is that it's just a Chi-Com spying.
I was going to say, do you think that because of China, or do you just get annoyed by TikToks? Because I would just like them to get rid of it because I want to quit hearing about it.
You know what I miss? There was a Twitter account called Cursed TikToks, and it would find the cringiest TikTok videos, and for some reason it got suspended. But I like TikTok for the cringe aspect of it, but I like watching it like ripped from TikTok and then put on Twitter. I don't want to fuck with TikTok, the app itself.
That's the relationship I have with Vine.
Ian is such a boomer. Vine hasn't existed since 2013. Ian still thinks it's like out there.
It just got replaced by like Instagram stories or something, right?
Yeah, Instagram killed it.
Will Sasso's Vines were fucking legendary, though. I did enjoy that. There were some people that knew how to do it.
There was something a bit more creative, a little bit about having to make something 7 seconds where you have to do so many cuts in just that 7 seconds to get your point across. And now people can just completely like phone it in.
Right.
They were saying there's something weird where when you give pro-China statements, your posts get boosted, and when you go anti-China, you get blocked and dropped.
Oh, hey,
Thanks for
Kenny.
having me on. I wrote a bit that requires CEO to be here. Thanks a lot for having me on the first hour.
You know what, Kenny?
Now I'm not going to do the bit for a whole fucking month. You don't
Okay.
deserve it.
Well, Kenny, did you talk to anyone who works on this show about doing your bit tonight?
The silence is deafening.
I have you talked to me or CEO or Ian Ellis about doing this bit tonight?
I thought we were going to do the show like in Discord, like radio. No.
Did you talk to anyone about that, Kenny, or did you just kind of assume?
I actually went over the bit with Cosmic.
I don't know if you know this or not, but Cosmic is just kind of filling in as a substitute, Kenny, because Rostog is gone.
What do you mean gone?
You got
He
canceled.
passed away.
No, he's alive.
I haven't
Canceled
seen him.
Rostog for his egregious behavior.
That is true. Rostog is canceled.
I mean, you canceled the boss?
I mean, they canceled.
It's like
Harvey
Papa John's
Weinstein.
pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ross got Papa
business.
John.
We still make pizza. We just got rid of him.
Yeah, don't you know you can't be racist in today's climate?
I mean, Kenny, you're the one that made the video exposing Ross for saying the N-word. We're just following your lead.
I took down the video. I didn't want him to get fired.
Oh, well, I mean, we already saw it.
Kenny, you were very passionate. You're a persuasive speaker.
Well, okay. I'll go over the bit with Ian next week.
Wait, so now we have to wait another week, Kenny?
Well, CEO isn't here. The bit involves him.
How much does it involve him?
He's a major part of it.
All right, just pretend that I'm the CEO.
No, I'm trying to get him to go from what he is now, which is mellow and kind of beta, into the CEO we love. He has to be here to react to what I'm saying.
You know what, Kenny? I'm fine. I'm fine.
Yeah, no, Ian is a great actor. I'm sure that he could play CEO better than probably CEO could.
No.
No, you, Pete.
Kenny, you bought a black transvestite and you want to talk to me about my medication?
That is what CEO would say.
That has to be the real thing.
That sounds pretty authentic.
I think he nailed it.
So give us a little preview, Kenny, because you're doing a lot of teasing right now.
You know, Kenny, I'll tell you for like 10 years I've been trying to crack that nut. And I just don't have a lot of faith you're going to get through to him.
Ian pretending to be CEO, I'll do it, okay?
Perfect.
I'm concerned that your drug use CEO has made Ian West successful. He could have been as big as Pete Davidson. The King of Chicago movie could be out right now. That's just a small preview right there.
Yeah, it happens sometimes.
The simpleness of it.
That's CEO response.
Well, what are you going to do, Kenny? Ian sucked a dick.
Yeah. I took him as far as I could. And
you know, it's a lot like the 93 Mets, right? Like when Joe DiMaggio used to be on the plate, just one of his dumb sports analogies.
Well, I want to go back to when CEO was top douche around here. That's right.
see, I seem to remember you complaining about that. You hated that.
No.
You told me
I
cancel
might have
CEO.
complained a couple times, but you know,
Kenny, there's an entire saga.
when he's gone, I kind of miss the guy.
It'd be nice if we
Is
could
this
say
still part of the
same
bit?
thing. Yeah.
No.
Oh,
I didn't do the whole bit because he's not here.
someone text CEO and tell him he's loved.
Send him a cat emoji.
Someone text CEO and tell him he's missing his intervention.
Again, for the 24th consecutive time.
Kenny, go pick up that phone, Kenny.
Every goddamn
Kenny.
Sunday, you get a phone call while we're on the show.
I'm
I
pretty.
think CEO's calling him.
That's what I was gonna suggest, Pete. It must be.
Did you do the bit without me?
He picks up the phone. he picks up the phone. He's going, Nick, I got him on the phone.
Nick, come talk to this motherfucker over here.
So,
Nick, did I ruin Ian's career? Just asking a third party.
all right. Well, now I'll do my Nick. What career?
Nick, you think Ian Ellis could be the next Pete Davidson? That's what Kenny said.
What?
King of Chicago?
Well, his dad already died, so he's halfway there.
They hang up every time. Every time.
Wouldn't it have been nice if my dad could have died tragically instead of cancer? He couldn't.
You could use that. You could use that as leverage to get on a skit show on network television.
Yeah.
Or so that you could use it as leverage to fuck pop stars. Which one is the
Your dad's dead wasn't glorious enough? Is that what he's saying?
If he cared about me, he would have got me some pussy off of it.
Uh-huh.
If only when he was dying of the cancer, if he would have ran into a burning building. If only.
In an alternate reality, Ian Ellis got the job on SNL, and he started fucking like Machine Gun Kelly's girlfriend. Machine Gun Kelly offs himself instead of Mac Miller. I love these alternate reality.
He could have crashed a plane with a Filipino in it, and I would have told everybody he was trying to stop him. Could have been a noble hero that almost stopped a terrorist attack. He just needs a helicopter and a Halloween mask.
Nick, Ian wants his dad to die in a school shooting. What? A school shooting?
My dad just starts like picking up shifts as a lunch lady. It's the same as like the cop suicide by cop, suicide by school kids.
Okay, next time ask Bellan ahead of time. Approve the
He's
bit
got
by
a
him.
he's got a tattoo of the Back to the Future. Marty McFly's Air Jordans in Back to the Future 2.
Yes.
He's got a tattoo of one of those shoes with eyes on it, smoking a joint.
If my dad cared about me, he should have got a tattoo of a mystery on his back that I had to solve after he died.
Like a national treasure, but you're just carrying around your dad's corpse. All right, it says here to take a left.
He's throwing it up against the Constitution.
He should have been in chemo getting a back tat from a Yakuza.
He's got to lay like an old parchment map over his dad's back and then hit it with a UV light to mix the two so he can see the actual trail he needs to follow.
Oh, Mr. Ellis. It's a very bad decision. Don't tell me how to raise my kids, okay?
Ian's sitting there at the funeral with a pair of bifocals on, switching between the lenses, just looking at his dad's dead tattoo.
Ian, why does this map stink?
It's got a safety blanket over there.
I'm just looking at Pete Davidson's stupid tattoos. They're horrible.
So who canceled Ross?
You know, the
Was he on
movie
break?
the movie ends with me having to let go of my dad's dead body map.
I think I
and
really
let go of
canceled
him
Ross.
and then grab the treasure. Because being alive is the real treasure.
There is no treasure, Ian. Your dad had dementia before he died.
It just leads you to a dog park.
Ian's already stolen like 3 important American documents.
He's sitting outside of like a Perco's cafe during like their senior breakfast.
He wasn't even a fireman. He just ran into the fucking building because he was retarded.
Oh, what? Are you talking about Pete Davidson's dad wasn't even a
Yeah.
fireman?
I'm saying if he had dementia.
Oh, that'd be so great. Yeah, if his dad was just mentally challenged and was like, woo, woo, I'm a fireman. Just ran into 9/11.
Just ran in and died of smoke inhalation.
He was the first retarder. He was he was at a special needs school like 8 blocks away, and he jumped the gate and all the confusion, ran headlong into the burning building.
Yeah, they kept telling him his whole life he was retarded, and he got it in his head that he was fire retardant, and it just didn't end well.
I'm a superhero.
They misunderstand. The whole class was heroes.
I think Helm was in that class.
He's spraying a fire hose into the face of people that are drowning beneath the rubble. I'm helping with the big project.
He was like the FDNY version of Officer Doofy from Scary Movie. Swing and a miss.
He's throwing gasoline into the fire. It's the big one. Never forget. Kenny, you should run your bit past CEO since he's the person you're going to be doing it with. He's your scene partner.
No, really, he's not a scene partner. I'm just doing a bit, and he has to.
He has to be in on the bit.
He wants to have Ian or CEO do an emotional breakdown like the people on Intervention.
Well, really, he just has to be here. He doesn't have to be in on the bit. I'll take it. I'll do it with Bellan. That's right.
We were just trying to get through the first video of the show, Kenny.
I know.
You know how bad it is that Kenny feels sorry for him? That Kenny just has moments throughout his day where he takes pause and he's like, man, CEO, poor guy.
Hell yeah.
I don't know if that's what Kenny sounds like, Ian.
Vote for Trump.
Kenny, I like that vote for Trump video you made.
That's my TV. Hold on.
Kenny, I made a documentary about Rick and Morty, and Rex made one of my favorite points. He said, you know, we used to laugh at the idea of being degenerate, and these guys just are degenerates.
Yeah. Yeah,
Well,
so much has been exposed from that that side of Hollywood that now it doesn't really. It's not as funny as it used to be.
That's what I'm saying about all like the Family Guy references. Like there's a ton, and they're not as graphic as the ones in Rick and Morty, but there's a ton of pedophile references, all the way down to like Meg being like, you know, Peter being like, I can't wait to fuck all the kids and see how good that is, and Lois is like, Peter, you can't say that, and Meg is like, I wish you'd have said that before. And everyone's like freaking out, but it's pedophile jokes, like it's incest jokes.
Was Family Guy as overt as Rick and Morty?
It not visually, but the concepts pretty much are. Like I've been marathoning Family Guy for the first time in a few years, and from the very beginning, like the very first season, they're doing Nazi jokes, pedophilia jokes, incest jokes. And
think
they
about
never
how
stop.
They don't take any of it seriously. Like even Epstein, like Epstein didn't kill himself. Ha 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 ha! Like all these pedophiles are gonna get away with it because Epstein didn't kill himself. Like how funny is that? Ha ha ha! Like that they all find it funny. Like there's a whole segment. It's disgusting.
Yeah, that's right.
Like there's that part in the new Rick and Morty season where like they're taken over by the face huggers, and the face huggers are in love with each other, and so Rick and Morty are making out with each other with the face huggers on their faces. And I'm like, this is too much, dude. I don't see the joke in this. Like I'm not even saying they should be canceled for it. I just think it's a really creepy attempt at humor.
Helen thinks we're taking it too far, and he's correlating Uncle Paul. How is Uncle Paul okay but now this is not all okay with you guys, and you don't want to defend comedy anymore?
I asked that question to myself. I was like, okay, why was I okay with Uncle Paul 10 years ago, but why am I fucking creeped out about this now?
I think it has to do with the fact that like the Uncle Paul thing, it's all like people in there riffing, and you can like kind of feel the uncomfortableness. Whereas in the cartoon, it's like the uncomfortableness you get from at least the Rick and Morty jokes is you're like, this is disgusting to watch. Like it's not like a disgusting, absurd, rude concept. It's like you actually drew it out. You actually drew the 16-year-old girl in panties and a thong and drew her grinding on her grandpa. Like you made that.
Well, I don't think that's the problem with it. I think it's that these people are actually pedophiles.
Now, see, that's where I disagree.
I don't mind the jokes. If you want to make an Uncle Paul joke, that's funny. But if you're raping kids and then come out and there's like, haha, guess what? Raping kids, ha, like, then that's where the problem is.
Can I say that I think the Justin Roiland dude is just a creep, and I don't really think there's any harm in his side of it, but the Dan Harmon part, there's enough stuff there that looks really weird.
Like you remember ElsaGate on YouTube, right? You remember the fucking degenerate things they were making Disney characters do. It wasn't as bad as Rick and Morty, and I'm saying that was bad enough to get canceled off of YouTube. That was bad enough where they had to actually do something. I know YouTube took their sweet ass time fucking getting those ElsaGate videos out of there.
Now, here's the thing, though, is Rick and Morty should be exempt as long as the two guys really aren't pedophiles. It should be completely exempt from this because it's an adult show. It is for adults.
That's true.
I have a conspiracy.
So, Belen, when are you available to go over the bit during the week?
Can you? Let's talk about this after the show, buddy. I'm not sure yet.
Okay, I'm available all days, all night.
No, you.
No, you.
Volcano no Brado.
Disgusting and a busting.
Horrible but horrible.
Suck a motherfucker.
Rick and Morty.
So, Ian, you had a camspiracy.
There's the clip where the jelly bean guy is trying to rape Morty, and Rick is on stage wasted and looking the other way. I think Dan Harmon is the Rick, where he's a full-on alcoholic. I don't think he has child porn. He admitted to being a simp and trying to use his power to get pussy, but he's too autistic to fucking be any darker than that. But I think Justin Roiland is a guy who's into fucking kids.
Who's Justin Roiland again?
He's the co-creator.
The co-creator.
Justin Roiland is the younger guy that does the voices, and Dan Harmon is the showrunner, the old guy that made the weird sketch.
And both of them have spin-off
So wait,
shows
Dan Harmon isn't the guy who was on stage with the puppets for the dolls?
No, that was the guy
Justin
that
Roiland.
voices Rick and
Okay,
Morty.
well that's the guy who's got he got ping pong. Like when you look into Ping Pong Pizza and the guys who own that place, they all have the same weirdo vibe, like weirdo.
Justin Elfantos.
Yeah, weirdo kid torture. I don't, just something. It's a vibe I get from them.
You know, another thing that bothers me about Rick and Morty is that the kids are into it. You know what I mean? Like the way they portray it is that the kids are willing to be molested. Like the kids are, and have it's almost like they're, I don't know. It's fucking.
I want to hear from one of the other writers on the show. What happens when that gets pitched in the room? Where it's and then let's uncomfortably have them caress and talk about sucking each other.
Right. And is it just belly laughs fill the room when someone throws that out? That's even funnier than last week's pedophile joke.
Or imagine it's even creepier where they're all just sitting there silently like, yes, another one.
Or it's just one of those things where everyone's having a good time, and then there's always Dan Harmon's in the corner what if we had Morty making out with his dad? And everyone's just pulling on their collars.
All right, Dan. Yeah, we can do that.
It's your show.
See, the pedo and Family Guy is kind of like Uncle Paul, where I can see in the writer's room somebody just all of a sudden throws in like, yeah, but Chris. And they're like, oh yeah, he should be in that scene. That'd be fucking hilarious.
But the way they write it with Chris is that. Oh,
Family
sorry.
Guy
Go ahead,
will be
Pete.
canceled next. Is that what you're
Oh.
saying?
The way they write it with Chris and the pedo guy on Family Guy, right? The way they write that, it's like Chris is unaware. Like, you know what I mean? He's too young and naive to know what's going on. Whereas in Rick and Morty, I guess Rick is the younger guy, or is Morty the younger?
Rick is
Morty.
the old man.
Yeah, so Morty's into it. It's like they have a relationship. You know, it's there's something different. There's something about that that you know makes it a little worse for me.
Well, and all Mortys are subservient to their Rick because their Ricks are super smart. And Morty's
Right.
just
Rick and
fucking
Morty
idiot.
are horrible mabarble.
Yeah, it's like it's like they're taking like Nambla, like, you know, Nambla, their whole thing is that, you know, young boys should be able to be in love with older men, and it's like that's Rick and Morty's relationship.
Which is even worse, is it's his grandpa.
Yeah. And like
come
Uncle Paul, that was the joke too. It's like, he's a 4-year-old adult. He's old enough to make his own decisions. You know, like,
that's a really
I
good
don't
Uncle
know.
Paul.
There's something. Yeah, there's there's something twisted about it. I don't know.
Even in that pilot one, like making the kid lick his balls. All right, that's funny. But then when he's like, you got to start jerking it, and then Grandpa zips up his pants. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, there's like I keep thinking about the Uncle Paul thing. There's definitely an element to it of like it being live, and Jim will do Uncle Paul like at people
to make people uncomfortable. Yeah, I
Comfortable,
think
yeah.
that's what it is. But is that what he's doing to us? He's making the viewers feel uncomfortable with it. Is that what he's trying to do?
I don't know. He's not doing it like there is a bit of a difference to like Uncle Paul being like, yeah, I used to stick my dreidel in your cradle, or whatever dumb shit he would say. And it's like it always has an element of like absurdity to it. Whereas like Rex is saying, it feels like they're genuinely trying to like, this is gonna sound SJW as fuck, but normalize a grandpa and a grandson having a mild sexual tension underneath their relationship. Like
It feels like it's gone past that, like it's already normalized to them. And now they're just, you know, they're free in their little creative world, right? Because like there's a thing with people on the internet, like with those fucking furries and shit, where they draw their own child pornography, and people are constantly, like, if you listen to Medicare, they're constantly trying to take those guys down on the internet. And these guys are just a mainstream media version of that. It's like they're just creating their own child pornography. It feels like, and like I get it. It's with a sense of humor to it, but I don't know. It just feels like they're just free to go do this.
Here's
I don't
another
know.
thing is like if you busted Jim for Uncle Paul, he'd be like, "It's a fucking joke. Get the fuck out of here." He's like, I'm not being serious, but if you're busting these guys, it's like we got to look at their computers.
You know what?
Well, that's exactly it. But that's why, like, if Anthony Cumia did Uncle Paul, everyone would be like, "That's not cool." But if Jim does it, you know, we understand he likes trannies and stuff, but all of those trannies are not children. And I think that's the whole problem.
kind of did Uncle Paul.
These people are like, you know, ruining children's lives, and they don't see a problem with it at all. You know, they think it's all right to joke about it after ruining like kids' innocence and, you know, doing that to them.
Family Guy, I was just thinking about it. There's no episode of Family Guy where Chris and the pervert dude like make out. It's like it's all implied one direction. Chris is unaware. Like it would be, how much weirder would it be if you turn on Family Guy and like there was an episode where Chris and the pervert actually fell in love and like made out.
The
Like,
Chris
that
and the
would be
pervert
weird.
bit. The Chris and the pervert bit is a joke about like what happens everywhere in America. In every town in America, probably all of us were growing up had a pedophile living on the street, and we probably didn't know it, or we did know it. That's what the joke is about. And with Jim, I don't want to say, but almost everything is implied with him. Get that from between the crib bar, Paul. I got a little oral for it. Like it's all this implied stuff. Rick and Morty is like a weird played out fantasy. I'm trying to figure out how it's different. It's too far. And are we getting old? Are we just getting old? Is my sensibilities getting softer?
No, these people are just getting more open.
Wouldn't it be so much grosser if Rick had like a Smithers to Mr. Burns relationship with Morty, where we're constantly seeing like that he's really into his grandson?
But it's worse than that. Like they're making out on the show. Like they're doing fucking. It's very sexually suggestive. It's more overt than the kind of subtlety of Mr. Burns and Smithers.
Let's have a filthy slut party.
Yeah, there's multiple times in Rick and Morty where Rick and Morty kiss on the lips.
Yeah,
and it's never funny.
And
in my opinion,
even if they this doesn't help them, but even if they canceled Jim Norton doing Uncle Paul and the height of Uncle Paul, it wouldn't be a series of fucking like 16-year-olds on YouTube going, so they're trying to cancel Rick and Morty? This is outrageous.
That's true.
They're trying to cancel Uncle Paul. I love Uncle Paul. It's like, I don't know. And I know Adult Swim is adult and it's not for kids, but it's on the same channel. At least where I'm living, it's on the fucking same channel. You know, I don't know. I'm getting old. Maybe I am SJ. Helen needs to get in here because he's the contrarian. He thinks we're not defending comedy.
There's enough there to raise a flag to warrant, like, we just got to patch it down real quick. Like, I hope it is a joke.
But I mean, even looking back in the day, like I think it was actually much more normal way back in the day too. Because what was that little girl, like the one that like the sun will come out and shit, like that little Amy girl? What was her name?
Shirley Temple.
Shirley Temple.
Yeah.
Like
that was really creepy.
Shit that's around that.
It's still there.
Like,
yeah.
Exactly. Now that was all Hollywood shit. All right. That was people in Hollywood. Like when you went out to the suburbs, nobody was like, Shirley Temple, that's great what they're doing to her, is taking advantage of her and having him sit on her lap and dance half naked. Nobody thought that was cool. But in Hollywood, it was pushed. And like, that's what I'm saying. I've been saying this since I met you guys. All of them and all the politicians, they're all pedophiles and everybody knows it.
They don't want nobody half-stepping.
I would be more on like the contrarian side of like, no, we need to defend comedy, guys. You're being sensitive. This is exactly like Jim Norton. Just because it harms our sensibilities doesn't mean we need to be like calling people pedophiles because of humor. Because people could take some of our clips to make us look like pedophiles, probably. But
that's the thing. It's not the jokes that we're mad at. It's that these people are actually pedophiles.
What I was saying is, I would be more on that side if, like, at Ping Pong Pizza, they used to do like a stand-up comedy night, and when I was looking into that, they showed various comedians making jokes at the Ping Pong Pizza like stand-up hour. And when I watched that one, the one where he's holding the two puppets on stage, and it's so fucking awkward in the room, it's exactly what they were doing at Ping Pong Pizza. It was exactly that type of humor. Like, if I had never looked into Ping Pong Pizza, I probably would be on the side of like, come on, guys, you're being sensitive. Some of that stuff, like he's singing Sweet Home Alabama while his grandson's getting raped. That's kind of funny. Like, and by Jove, maybe you should suck my balls, Morty. It's kind of funny, but it's too. After doing the Ping Pong Pizza run and seeing the people who did stand up there, and then watching that guy do stand up, I was like, oh no, this got real pedophile vibes.
Look at their fan base too. Their fan base are those cosplay fucking weirdos. Like I feel, I don't know, I'm making a generalization, but I feel like their fan base, I feel like a lot of them are furries. I feel like a lot of them are into fucking Shota porn and shit like that, and hentai, and I don't know. I feel
hentai body pillows.
Yeah, exactly. Wafu pillows. I feel like they fucking that fan base overlaps with a lot of degenerate communities on the internet. I'm just making a generalization, but I get the same vibe from those fans.
I want to say to Helen, I'm on the side of funny. I'm not on the side of the business of funny. So I'm not going to take a blind eye to some shit that makes me take pause because, I don't want to... besmirch the name of funny.
Pause for the cause.
No, that's absolutely true. If I didn't know about Dan Harmon and Justin Roiland, and I saw, and you guys were like, dude, these jokes are horrible. I'd be like, you guys are just being fags. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. But
Show has some
knowing
great
that they're,
episodes.
yeah, but knowing that they're pedophiles, it's more like they're getting away with something than making jokes.
I love that Pete's just flat out called them pedophiles.
Yeah.
Like Pete, yo, dude, I'm pretty much on the same page with you. Like, I can't say it definitively, but I feel like those guys are fucking pedophiles.
Oh, I will. My name is Pete Hard. I will say it. No allegations. Come after me. We'll have a discovery, and then you'll all be screwed. I dare you.
The way that Pete paints it, it makes it really hard to like ignore the way Pete describes it. I'm like, oh, it doesn't sound good.
One of my favorite parts of Cosmic's reaction is once it sinks in what's going on, he just goes off camera. Pete, we got another one.
Like, they should be allowed to continue to make this show and let them run free with it. But then I think this should also encourage, like, you know, an internet presence of people dissecting them.
Well, they're not going to get canceled because they've only completed 10 of their 70 episode contract. So I highly doubt that Adult Swim's going to cancel them and then pay them for 6 years worth of episodes.
Yeah, no, they're not going anywhere. And then people were saying, like, okay, they were canceled. And it's like, no, they weren't canceled. There was just a lot of people on Twitter calling them pedos. They just heard some shit that they didn't want to hear. Then when you look at somebody like Sam Hyde, who got taken off of Adult Swim, he had like his funding taken away. Didn't he get his like credit card canceled? And like, there was a bunch of shit that happened to him where he was completely blackballed, and they laughed about
when
it.
the Dan Harmon allegations came out, that was before they even gave him this contract. So they were like, yeah, we know you're a pedo. Sure, here's the money. So that's on Adult Swim. Fuck them.
I'm about to take a bathroom break.
Sam Hyde was unpersoned.
Hold on. Some of the timing on this is it turns out Dan Harmon just dropped a new animated Star Trek cartoon. And so I'm sure that's why they're gunning for him.
Sure, Ian, don't forget to wipe.
Wait, what is the significance of the Star Trek thing, though?
I think he's just saying the
nerds
timing.
go after you.
Yeah, his name is in kind of the news again because his show just premiered. So
Right.
I think that's what he's getting at. I didn't know Dan Harmon made that show. That show looks so terrible. That just kind of lets you know that the Justin Roiland dude, even if he is a pedophile too, at least he's the funny one of the two pedophiles. Because the shows that Dan Harmon works on by himself are terrible.
When you're in pedo jail, he's the one you want to have a cell with. He's the funny guy.
Yeah, if you could be next to him and he could just do the voices for you all day, you'd be like, he's not that bad. At least he's in here.
How do
All
people
right, I
watch
won't
Star
beat him
Trek?
up when we get TV time.
What was
Like
that, Rick?
I'd say, how do people watch Star Trek? It's like a space soap opera.
Dude, I don't know. I've never been into that. It always seemed like, I guess if everything was new, if you'd never seen aliens before depicted in TV, I guess it'd be really cool. But I grew up with the Sci-Fi Channel and fucking the Avengers. Like, I don't know. It's just dumb Captain Kirk walking around holding his little crystal that wasn't there when they originally filmed it.
I'm thinking more along the lines of like the Star Trek Next Generation or Deep Space Nine. It's just a bunch of like people having conversations. There's not really, other than the fact that they're, they have like sci-fi makeup on and shit like that. There's not a lot of action going on.
Well, the cartoon that they're talking about, they basically took a concept of a spinoff for Star Trek and they were like, let's just make it Rick and Morty. And yeah, it looks really, really bad. Really, really bad for a cartoon.
Well, the pedophile talk always brings up the energy.
Right. It's like, oh, well, where do we go from here?
Yeah, I get what Ian say. Something makes you take pause, though. Isn't, you can... Oh, come on. Get up here, Helen.
It made me uncomfortable when I saw some stuff in Rick and Morty for the first time. And then Ian would talk about it a couple years later. And I'd be like, okay, I'm glad it wasn't just me feeling uncomfortable. Because like, even in the first season, like I said, there's that episode where they go into each other's dreams. and their high school principal is dreaming about their Morty's teenage sister being like in a BDSM club. And Rick is like, Morty, we gotta fit in. We gotta act like we're in the BDSM sex club with your sister. And it's just really creepy. And that's the first season.
The one thing that tripped me out immediately is everything is dicks. All of the aliens, their heads look like dicks. All of the ships, they'll look like dicks. Like anything, the plants look like dicks. Anything that can look like dicks looks like dicks in that show.
Well, the pilot wasn't it? Suck My Balls. That's how they got signed. That was their pilot. So I mean, that was the beginning of the show. They knew what they were getting into. That's why I say fuck Adult Swim. I hope this shit does get canceled. They hired the fucking pedophile, and that was after the allegations. So fuck them.
As someone that is trying to pitch something to Adult Swim in the near future, I would like to say that Pete R. does not speak for 100% of the people on this panel.
But I'm just wondering, like, you see the contrast between what was Sam Hyde's show on Adult Swim? That the guy from Tim, and Tim Heidecker from Tim and Eric, he just put the kibosh on that, right? Because it was too.
Well, it was actually the other Jew. What's his name? He did the dinner party show. He's very unfunny. He's been on Comedy Bang Bang a bunch too.
Okay. Well, like you look at Sam Hyde's content, and for some reason, that bothers Adult Swim's sensibilities more than this overt.
Making fun of the Jews is way worse than kid fucking.
Yeah, it's just like it's for me. It's the opposite. It's just like Sam Hyde's content doesn't bother me at all. But when I look at this shit, I just feel uneasy. I don't know what it is.
Well, Ian, who do you think's fucking the kids?
Both.
What happens when we find out Rick and Morty are Jewish? And this is a long con to expose Hollywood.
Do you know any Mortys that aren't Hasidic? Come on now.
I always thought Morty looked like a ripoff of the American Dad character, the Jewish kid on that show.
It's supposed to be a take on Marty McFly and fucking Chris. What was the character?
Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah, it was Christopher Lloyd. It was supposed to be because like that was the joke back in the day. It was like, oh, there's this young high school guy going and traveling through time with an old man. Like it's kind of you could make pedo jokes about it, and I guess they took that and they just made it a pedo joke.
You know, the show also goes out of its way to have all these like breaking moments of emotional growth where people are learning to cope with toxic relationships and like daddy issues and stuff, but the pedophilia just never gets addressed.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Like they have episodes about like suicide and seeing yourself die and ego death and stuff like that. That was awesome. But they never sit down and they're never like,
guys, I'll be right back.
Morty, I'm sorry I made out with you that one time. They never like that's just cool. That's all copacetic.
Well, it's so much deeper than just that, though. Like, did anybody look at? I know nobody here's probably a Drake fan, but his newest song is about something like young girl, and it's got a picture of an owl and like Moloch and all that shit. Like, it's fucking the rabbit hole goes so deep with all of this industry.
Well,
by the way, Drake's half Jewish.
Here's the monkey wrench I'm gonna throw in there. Is Drake Illuminati, or is he a black guy posing as the Illuminati? Because that's like a cool status symbol.
Or has he been caught texting underage women before?
He feels like a guy to me that would fuck a kid to try and get into the Illuminati, and it turns out the Illuminati is not real. And he's just dumb enough to be like, I thought this is what you had to do. I was just trying to make it into business.
I think they're all just into kids, and they're all evil. And that's why they all work together to become powerful, because when you're so powerful, you can't be touched by the law. So.
Who's that guy, Richard Spencer? Is he the one that has the weird artwork?
Yes. No, Richard Spencer's the alt-right guy. I think you're thinking of Podesta, John Podesta and his brother. Yes. They are also definitely in the same shit.
I don't know how you're not canceling Podesta over that art. You don't have to tell me anything else. I don't need to see his phone book. I don't need to know who he's attached to. And he's a huge guy in the tech industry and politics.
Oh, yeah, super into politics. He actually... He actually was. They did a mock election, and John Podesta sat in as Joe Biden. Like that's how influential he is in the DNC.
And he looks like an old gay guy. Like he walks around with spiritual bracelets and he'll wear like a jacket and no shirt and pointy pimp boots.
Yeah, I have some pictures that are probably him from a very suspect party that was also at Comet Pizzeria as well. So, oh boy, it goes deep. It goes deep.
No, but the comedy nights at Ping Pong Pizza, they were lit though. Let me say, they were fucking lit.
Dude, Dan Harmon was in the back of the room losing his shit.
No, I'm telling you, Dan Harmon, it's just like when you listen to that shit, or not Dan Harmon, the guy who was doing the stand-up in your video, when you hear that shit, man, you go, God, I bet when he's on the East Coast, he hangs out with these people. These are his friends that they have like the same jokes. Like there's no way he doesn't come to Ping Pong Pizza and hang out with these people.
People that don't know, Dan Harmon's bit was incest porn. What's up with it always being a stepdad? You know what I want. The taboo. That's what takes me over the edge. And I already hate how much incest porn is on any porn site. Like, if you just go to the general page, it's like the top 200 categories. My conspiracy goes, and that's some Yuri Bezmenov break down the values of the family ass shit.
Probably, or porn stars are just getting older and they can't be cheerleaders anymore, so they have to take roles like aunt and mom.
But yeah, he flat out says he's into incest porn. That's way worse than whatever the fuck Louis did.
Yeah, and where's Louis been? Is he still out of the game?
Pretty much. Also, by the way, Louis C.K. got some doing him. Weird.
Louis was opening up for Dave Chappelle recently, I read.
Dave got in trouble for it. I don't think Louis would fuck kids.
No, but he's still like a sexual deviant, you know? So,
like a Jim Norton with trannies or what?
The based black.
Yeah, Jim Norton, he must just want to be like a Shabbos goy. I don't know what his problem is.
Here we go. We got
I feel like the word deviant.
I'm sorry.
Wide spectrum.
Yeah, it's not always you can't persecute everyone for being like, I wouldn't persecute Jim Norton because he likes to fuck dudes with dresses. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he's doing that stuff.
I mean,
but hold on, guys. We have a regular patron to Ping Pong Pizza right here in the backstage. HELLENDAKELLER. He says their pizza's
Yay!
Shit.
Hi, guys. Did someone say incest porn?
You know, the best part of fucking a kid is wiping your dick on their teddy bear.
Yeah,
bloody
right.
dick. Come on, you gotta tell it right.
Stupid. Butchered the... Yeah, I just woke up. I just think that, I don't know. I don't really disagree or agree. I just think there's nothing wrong necessarily with... For me, I don't have a stepsister.
Have no opinion.
No, I'm going with defending this gentleman and his belief that he wants if you like fat, big, fucking white women, I don't know what you're talking about. People can like what they like, buddy. And to say that it's the top 200, it's like the top 200 in all the categories. How many fucking categories are you going through on every porno site to determine that there's, stepsister or step sibling, whatever is the top 200?
No.
You know how many are in front of that, though?
NAMBLA is a fine organization.
You're not gonna browbeat me into kid fucking.
Like Black Lives Matter.
We're not talking about kid fucking. You're talking
Everybody's
about
into
taboo.
stuff, you know. I like being spanked. It's the same thing. It's not.
I don't know, man.
I
find it
400 pounds because it's cool.
What is incest porn? Like, is there a huge thing with incest porn of storylines that involve fucking your sister on the internet?
Yes, I've been over this so often. So it's like leaving the friend zone. It's like, oh, you've been because your stepsister, what is she to you? She's essentially your best friend, by force or not. And maybe she's a hot best friend. Maybe you're taking a glance here and there. She's getting out the shower. You take a little peekaboo. Whatever, no big deal. You're not a creep. But then one day she gets
No,
really,
wait a
really
minute.
drunk.
That's creepy, Helen. You peeking out of the shower. That's creepy.
Let me finish. Go ahead. Ian.
I'll give you a step sibling, but we're talking about grandpa and grandson.
Oh, you know, it's different strokes for different folks, Ian. Sometime when you maybe they're into step siblings, and then you get to be 80, and you're like, well, what do I do now? Then you go for the step grandma.
You're gonna be a man tomorrow. That means I can't see you no more. Good luck with the
What if we're looking at this all wrong? What if it's not necessarily that it's a joke or bit or a fantasy about kid fucking? What if the fantasy for Dan Harmon is being a kid getting fucked by your grandpa? Maybe that's how he looks at it, which is still weird.
It's weird, but it's different.
Yeah, but isn't that how pedophiles reproduce anyways? Like, don't they, I mean, most,
they project themselves.
if not all pedophiles, they were molested as kids, weren't they?
I'll tell you, I had a hot grandpa. All right, I remember the smell of the wax he would put in his hair. He's a good-looking fella.
I don't like this story already.
Could have kissed his bald spot every day of my life. That's how much I love him. Never saw or wanted to see his penis. Ruined it. That would have ruined it.
For me, though, that's where we disagree. I don't believe my grandpa truly loves me. You know, he was an attractive older gentleman, distinguished, wore a nice monocle with the little wolf watch that hang down his neck. Not quite like
nice cream sports coat.
Yeah, and you know, I always thought to myself,
2010 BMW.
why not me? Why not me, Grandpa? Why the other 6 children? But not me. I don't think he loves me.
What was the cartoon that actually did a bit where a character tried to get fucked by his dad?
You're talking about the bike shop episode, like the black kid.
No, that's different strokes.
There was a cartoon,
okay, sorry.
And Dudley got fucked.
There was a cartoon where like a gay character was trying to get molested by his dad to find out if he loved him.
Oh, South Park. Mr. Garrison.
South Park.
You don't love me,
that
Dad.
was Mr. Garrison.
I never touched you. I know.
The argument on this, we are getting a little lost. It's not a matter of is incest weird or unacceptable. It's strictly the pedo part of it.
Yeah, it's the pedo part.
It's the fact that Morty is a 14-year-old kid. That's what makes it weird.
That's the whole slippery slope. And listen, I used to say the slippery slope was garbage, but literally, like 5-6 years after gay marriage gets passed, we got tranny kids on TV. So that shit is real. So it starts with the incest shit, and then it's fucking dogs. I'm telling you.
I don't know if it's
and the evangelists that everybody shat on before, the ones that went and protested gay marriage being legalized, they were the ones saying they're going to come after you kids next. And everybody's like, no, shut up, you stupid Christian. Shut up, you stupid geriatric
I
Christian.
feel like the problem with the Rick and Morty thing is the pedo aspect. It's that literally it's like children are indefensible of themselves. Whereas like if you want to draw Quagmire having sex with his transvestite dad on Family Guy, it's like in theory those are 2 grown men. You know what I mean? No, it's not celebrating anything that isn't everyone involved is okay with it. There's an aspect to the Rick and Morty stuff where it's like if this was real, it would be completely inappropriate. Like not even like, oh, you could say that's inappropriate. Like a grandpa shouldn't make out with his grandson.
The fact you guys are adding
Helen, what do you think about this? There was a lot of footage I wanted to put in there, but I couldn't. And I went into Pornhub and I typed in Rick and Morty. And there was over 1,000 cartoons, cosplays, and it's Rick banging Summer. Is that
you had that with the Simpsons? You said you like the Simpsons, right?
That's true.
They have that with South Park. They have that with Family Guy. They have that with Futurama. There's an entire episode of category of Futurama, amateur porno, where they play Futurama on high volume while they're fucking. And it's on in the background of the TV. It really fucking annoys me because I gotta watch to see if they keep doing it, and they do. And they put on Futurama on high fucking pitch volume. And then they have the cartoons as well where, Cowboy Bebop, fucking all of it.
Hold on, those Simpsons.
I've never seen South Park porn.
Those Simpsons pictures make me feel violated. Like I
Hit me
feel
up
like
after
the part
Cosmic.
of my childhood is getting raped when I see that.
Yeah, I get that feeling. But Ian,
Well,
let's.
that's how I got into porn. It was Dragon Ball Z porn. I was like 11.
Well, that's
And Bugs Bunny shoving a carrot. Yeah, dude, it was great.
You wanted to see
Sexy ass-
Chi-Chi and Bulma. We get it.
Yeah, Chi-Chi, Bulma, dude, they was hot. I remember downloading on LimeWire these videos that like someone made, and it was legit, like exactly like the Dragon Ball Z episode, but they somehow got it like early artists who got them to like, it's like Vegeta comes over and inspects their vagina and shit, and then tentacles come out. Like it introduced me to sex in the right ways.
Dude, there's
Piccolo fucking Bulma with his green dick.
some crazy stuff in the real Dragon Ball. Where like Goku takes the girl's panties off and pats down her genitals.
Well, that's another thing. If we were having this conversation, about anime, there's not even a conversation to be had. Anime has pedo shit in it, and it's acceptable in Japan. And I'll watch shows on Hulu. My Hero Academia, the new little superhero anime that's so super popular. One of the newest villains is a guy who is a YouTube villain, and one of his super fans is like a little 10-year-old girl, and her power is that she can make the villain stronger because she loves him so much. And
Yeah,
they don't,
a lot of the anime
they don't
is
play
fucking-
it down like, oh, they don't try to be like, it's a grown woman in a small body. They're like, no, she was in middle school. And this guy is like 60. And everyone, even the police in it, catch them, and they're not tripping about that. They're just tripping like, why were you trying to steal the school spirit? They don't even care that he's trying to fuck a 10-year-old. And that's all over Japanese media, where they like people try to cancel shit like that, and people in Japan just like suck our fucking tentacle dicks, bro. We don't care. We're gonna add
This really
more.
goes back to World War II with the whole Hiroshima and Nagasaki thing.
Yeah, the bombs made them
We finished
degenerates.
it off. None of this.
You know,
would have
Helen's
been-
in the room, and Bellend is the one that brought up tentacle porn. Can you believe it?
He brought it up first.
No,
I was
Bella,
just
you brought it out.
Bella's a Ted Cruz supporter.
You said Vegeta had tentacle dicks. I fucking remember. You don't fucking weasel your way out of this.
Point is, we're
Well,
making-
anyways, I gotta go to work in the
right?
morning, gentlemen.
Okay.
So
All right, Pete.
thanks for having me on, guys. You did a great show, and everybody in chat, have a good night.
See you, buddy. Have a good day at work.
If I can
Thank you.
make a point about the dangers of sexualizing children,
Go ahead, Ian.
if it were to become a commonplace thing, like, so imagine there'd be an episode of The Simpsons where Homer just like looks over and realizes Lisa's looking kind of hot, and it like zooms in on her little 6-year-old butt, and that's just like a
If
healthy
they made it
relationship.
funny in a running gag, Ian, I don't mean to cut you off, but yeah, that'd be.
I
should
don't
be
think they're
acceptable.
doing it for funny. I think they're doing it for, I want this to be how it is.
Is that what they're
So
doing?
you
Ian?
think they're trying to like subtly brainwash people all
I don't
across
think
America to start wanting to fuck each other when they're blood related?
They have a license to draw their own child pornography, and they're just running with it. I think that's what it is.
kind of
They have the
appears
freedom
that
to do
way.
it.
There's nothing, but I don't appreciate this fucking culture cancel. I mean, I've already talked to Ian about this, but Ian is fine. The day has come where Ian has finally converted the rest of you into be like, yeah, he's right. This is what they really want. They want fucking
not
this
cancel
shouldn't be
culture,
jokes
though.
about. Like, get the fuck out of here, Rex, Spellin, Cosmic. Like,
But Helen,
It's
I
not cancel culture 'cause-
really like Rick and Morty. I'm a big fan of the show, and it's always creeped me out that they did
so
that.
then tell me this, because I don't know enough. I've seen some episodes. My brother's a big fan. I haven't talked to him about it yet. How many episodes have they done? Over 100?
No, probably about 40.
Really? Only 40?
Maybe 42.
Okay, well, I'll take your word at it. 42. And how long of a compilation has it been? I've seen about 15, maybe 20 minutes out of those 42. And all 42 episodes are what, 40 minutes? 30 minutes?
Oh,
hour?
it goes beyond the cartoon. They
each
do this
episode-
shit at cons. They do this shit on the podcast. They do this shit in interviews.
Each
This is their
episode
shit.
is 22 minutes long, but I guarantee you could make at least an hour-long compilation of just pedophile.
Okay, so an
instances.
hour-long compilation
At least.
out of let's say it's all 22 minutes. So how long is that? That's fucking like 10 hours worth of I don't know. I can't do math right now. 10 hours worth. So 1/10 of the show is pedophile stuff.
That's not a good
They
ratio.
also talk about building or
1% is too
murdering like
much.
aliens in there and using the time machine to fucking. They talk about other shit too that
Right,
they're not trying to.
Have they ever done racial humor?
Nobody's been a victim that we know of time travel. No one's
And that's
ever
what I'm
been
saying. That's what I said the other
killed or
day.
molested through time travel, but people have been molested by their grandpas.
If a baby starts to come out, if multiple babies come out on Twitter and say, "Hey, I was molested while my molester played Rick and Morty on in the background and made me watch and listen to it, and they were influenced from it," then yeah, you know what? You guys might be onto something, but I don't see no babies coming out and saying I was molested because of Rick and Morty.
Helen, I feel like you're missing the part where Dan and Justin in this show, they are SJWs. They're like the definition of SJW writing.
Who cares?
But
Obviously
they
not.
also-
They're talking about fucking pedophiles.
He
Shit.
got me
Let's video.
too'd and fired from Community for harassing a writer, and now in his writing room as a progressive liberal, he's like, you know, it'd be hilarious. He gotta fuck grandpa.
That is
pedophilia.
When you guys played the compilation on the first clip that you made, I laughed at a lot of it. I didn't even get to see what was on the screen when Cosmic was playing, but not all of it I laughed at, but most of it I did laugh at. I was like, that's fucking funny. And they were just side comments. They weren't like the entire episode about, oh, you gotta fucking swallow the cum out grandpa's asshole, daughter.
No,
like
there are entire episodes
Well,
that
that
are
is
similar like that.
That was the very
And
first
then-
episode.
I cut that down from 6 episodes.
But none of us are saying cancel Rick and Morty. We're just saying this is
No, Ian
really
is. Don't speak
creepy,
for Ian.
and that maybe we should have a conversation about it.
And they're not canceled.
Ian
They're
just wants
mainstream.
them to pat him down. Ian just wants to pat him down.
They're not canceled. They're not having their credit cards taken away from them. They're not being thrown off Adult Swim. They don't have a mob of people on Twitter to the extent that other people have had for far
It's
much
only
less.
Ian.
It really is only Ian. Ian's got like 50 alt
Helen,
accounts.
I feel
and-
like you don't want to hear black statistics.
I don't. Wait, what?
Like
Here we go.
uncomfortable
Old racist Ian. Here we go.
Hold on, PR's in the background.
You want to talk about cleaning the world up and BLM? That's great. We also need to talk about this gang problem. And, the liberals, they don't want to hear that. And I'm all for standing up for funny, but we also got to talk about this extremely sus possible pedo ring.
I agree, and you know what? I think they are you opened my eyes. They are propagating pedophile, and I think they're also propagating school
And
shootings
they're-
based on
and
all
they're
the times in their
lizards.
episodes that they're trying to kill all the aliens and going back in time and shooting up. I know the one episode that I can think of off the top of my head is where they go back in time or go to the future, and it's a planet where it's all just women, and women have no use for men. So they're also sexist. You're absolutely right. They're propagating sexism.
But here's the thing: these guys aren't exactly sympathetic characters either. When you talk about cancel culture, these guys have participated into platforming other people.
Like who? I mean, I'm not saying you're
Fucking
wrong.
Sam Hyde. These guys
Sam
were
Hyde's
all.
kind of a faggot, dude. Look at who Sam Hyde's base is. It's fucking X-Files.
That's fair. Like,
He's
yeah, you have every
anti-humor
Fair
fucking
point, Helen.
douchebag.
Give Helen a point.
you have every right to feel that way, but I'm saying like these guys aren't exactly if you want to talk about cancel culture and like saying like okay, these guys should have their right, which I agree with. They should have the right to put out the content they want. These guys aren't exactly sympathetic characters when it comes to the fight against cancel culture.
I'm saying, listen, you made this shit.
Taste of their
Let's
just
talk
desserts.
about it.
They got a taste of their own medicine. Is that what you're saying, Rex?
No, I'm not saying they shouldn't get a taste of their own medicine. I'm just saying we shouldn't exactly feel sorry for them. Not just for the fact that they're probably pedophiles, but also because they like to deplatform people.
That's where I don't agree with the situation. You can't say they're probably pedophile. We don't live in fucking.
All right,
You're
Helen,
doing the
they're-
cancel culture. You're literally being a cancel
definitely
culture mongrel. If you're saying that these guys
Helen,
are
they're
probably.
I don't know. I feel like they're pedophiles.
Like fucking leftist fucking cancel culture. No, they're not.
Yeah,
until I
in
see a
Helen's
baby come
Helen's ears, you guys are hearing a black joke and calling someone racist. In his ears, that's what he's saying.
Yeah, that
it's
is
a
it.
pedo joke, and you're calling him a pedophile.
Whatever pedo senses I have, those red flags are going off.
Yeah.
It's
You
the
wouldn't
ping
let them
pong
watch your
pizza stuff
kids.
for me. I looked into the ping pong pizza and their fucking comedy night and shit, and I'm like, oh no,
I'm not gonna
these
let
are the
Dan
same
Harmon
people.
babysit.
By the way, is pedophilia a social justice issue, or is it just a universal wrong? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I get what you mean.
I mean,
You want to hear something very gross about anthropology? So it depends on what your cultural norm is. There is a group of aboriginals where the kids blow the dad and swallow the cum for nutrient. And it's not seen as a sexual act, it's seen as a feeding act.
yeah.
well, and don't rabbis fucking suck on
They suck the blood for the circumcision.
the circumcision?
I'm a moil. What am I
Not
going
seen
to
as
do?
sexual either. It's seen as
The
fucking religious
Catholics,
whatever.
you know, Mohammed's wife was 13.
Yeah.
A bunch of presidents had child wives. Movie stars had child wives.
The thing with Catholicism, though, is that it's not promoted in Catholicism, whereas in like Islam, it's promoted, right? They're open with it. With the Catholicism, those pedophile priests, they're relocated and hidden. They try to keep it under wraps, but that's just the corruption in the Catholic Church that they try to keep, hidden. With Islam, they're like, no, you should. I mean, Muhammad's wife, our Jesus, his wife was 9 years old. We're proud of it.
Helen, I'll tell you, when I was fucking with Joey Diaz, it felt icky because it felt like social justice stuff.
It was. Don't say it felt like it was. That is the definition of what you were doing.
It felt icky. So with this documentary, I tried to be as fair as I could while raising concern.
Fair and balanced. You sure made some great. You made the fan base really look normal.
You know,
Like
I tried putting
not
my
fucking autistics.
documentary in the Rick and Morty subreddit, and it was removed. They don't want to have the conversation.
What do I?
Well, you would think they would have the spurgiest fans that would be filling up my comments with like, "You're just fucking an idiot, dude. You don't understand." Fucking. It was
I don't really know how Reddit works. I'm sure
the
it's just a
aliens
moderator.
can't look at nudity. That's why he had to get naked in the shower with them. It's not pedophilic. He's fucking hiding from the aliens.
That's what I'm saying, Helen. There's entire episodes where on the surface it's an episode about like a artificial simulation, but the underlying joke of the whole episode is Morty has to be naked.
And
so
those
it's like the
aliens' heads look
entire
like penises.
Yeah, the entire episode all kind of centers around these aliens and their like interest
But are they
in
doing
child
quick
porn.
flashes on the fucking screen and being like, "Get naked, kids"?
No,
or like,
they're doing,
Do they have
like-
a slow like drawback where it's like they break fourth wall or third wall, whatever, and then the character looks at it and be like, "Yeah, this is fun. You guys should do this at home." Like, I don't. It's
Justin
a fucking
Roiland.
joke. It's a
Justin
gag. It's a
Roiland.
running gag.
So here's one where it's like, I should say Justin Roiland's being funny and really punk rock in this, because he tweeted out, in some alterations, they're in a healthy, loving relationship, which is edgy, funny, but I don't know if he's joking.
Oh, of course you don't, Ian.
I mean, that's the thing in the documentary though that they talk about is they talk about them being into incest porn, like non-ironically, and they even use the word
Taboo.
kink normalization. They're trying to, at least with the incest
BDSM
thing,
is also fucking huge normalization.
Right, but so
Cock and
we-
ball torture is
but
normal,
so
guys. Like,
we've got
we're
to
in
draw a
2020.
line at some point, and I feel like that point is fucking your grandson.
Kids and animals, man. You can't let it go down that drain.
Maybe I have to do more research and figure out
Well,
exactly.
the
Apparently there's
incest,
no more, but
the incest porn is like a lot. You don't understand how devious this is because they you slide into it. See, I've been watching porn so long, where I have a porn star I like, and when I first started watching her, she was a fucking college slut. Now she's a mom. Is that my fault, Ian? That she turned it? I've been following
Right.
her career, and that's what she turned into.
Kimmy Granger, Heather Van, fucking Gina Valentina.
She used to be
They
a college
all
girl.
They're all
I've gotten
gorgeous,
old with
stupid
her.
whores, and they end up doing stepsisters, stepmoms.
Right, but you know where it
fucking-
would cross the line, Helen? If the video title, even if it was completely fabricated, if the video title was like 16-year-old girl hooks up with her dad, that's not okay. even if it's
illegal.
really,
That's an age thing.
But even if it's really an 18-year-old and they're just saying for the sake of role play that she's 16,
Right, but it's not a
you still
cartoon and
can't
humor.
do
They're
that.
doing it for kids.
But
That's not a
so-
porn site. Yes, you're right. That is illegal and not right.
porn
We
for
should be able to joke about. They joke about fucking NAMBLA happening, like NAMBLA being normal. They made the argument for NAMBLA on South Park, and they made it in a sarcastic way.
But
they made it
closed
funny.
They didn't. But here's the thing: like Ian said, they closed the book on that episode. In the end of that NAMBLA episode, they don't have like a moment where they're like, you know what? Maybe kid fucking's not that bad, gang. Like it
How did
ends,
Chef die? How
it
did Chef
ends-
die? Remember how Chef died? He
Well,
joined the world, the famous. What do they call him?
Well,
the
they
famous
did
adventure
that
club.
because the guy that voiced Chef fucked them over for
I know.
Scientology, and they wanted to make him look like a pedophile.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
I'm okay with everything else. Just don't talk about
Ian's
Scientology.
an expert on South Park, guys. Please let him talk.
This is my shit. It ended with a gay little speech where Kyle goes, "This fruity little club got a hold of my friends, and they warped his mind, and it wasn't okay. And they tried to get their friend back. And even when the guy's like, hey, when you boog at the children's, then you get the superpowers," Kyle's like, that's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard.
So we need morals now at the end of the episode of Rick and Morty, and it would be okay, right?
If it was like drawn together, that would be fine. But it's not. This is one where they can have therapy sessions. It's the most intellectual show on TV.
Or what about Super Imagination Land, where they just do a one-off of him raping Butters, and Butters like, I think he wants to rape us, guys. Be careful. Like, is that? See, it's funny. It's not actually saying, hey,
Yeah, but
we
it's not
want people
making
to start
Butters
raping
into it.
kids.
The common theme in Rick and Morty is that Morty's into it. You know what I mean? So it's making it
He's
its
a
own.
creepy old dude. We like Opie and Anthony. We like fucking Uncle Paul. What are you guys
We
doing?
did, but
People, but that's the thing, Helen. The other people aren't into Uncle Paul. Like other people aren't flirting back with Uncle Paul, being
Yeah, there's
like,
not a
"Yeah,
14-year-old
it
in the
was
studio that's like falling in love with him.
like
That's
even
just
the
being a
whole
bunch
time
of-
he's doing Uncle Paul.
That was Anthony's seat.
Anthony and
Yeah, they're
Opie
creeped out.
are sitting there being like,
I
"Ew,"
gotta
like
piss.
they're playing it up. They're
But
not.
they'll be playing a newspaper about reading an article, and Uncle Paul will just chime in and be like, sure, yeah. You gotta get the flickle flackle. It's
Pull
got
your
candy up
pampers
there.
down. The thing that I tried to draw earlier with that and how Uncle
Papaya
Paul.
juice is sardine, Earl.
Well, that's what it is. Like Uncle Paul and the Herbert from Family Guy, it's all like suggested sexual stuff, whereas Rick and Morty is like a played out fantasy that they grew up. That's what's weird about it.
like, I
Get
wanna
that
have,
thing away from the crib bars, Paul. It's all suggested. Like Jimmy never really got too, like he kind of did with the Gucci.
He
But
absolutely did.
it's all this is a weird played out fantasy. It's just, and it's what Ian said. It's not about like being
But it's a
cancel culture
cartoon.
or being sensitive. It's just, I don't know. Like I said,
It's a
I would be on
cartoon.
Helen's
It's not
side if
real.
I didn't look all the
Right, but
comic
Helen,
pizza stuff.
if they just made a cartoon, like you can make racist jokes in a cartoon. Family Guy does it all the time. But if you just made a cartoon where they just lynched the black guy and everyone high fived afterwards and happy music played, like that would be kind of over the line. Like to the point where you could maybe do that and then end it in a direction that brings it back and
there's
still makes
jokes
it
in
funny.
there, yeah, if
But
there's
what if
jokes in there,
there's
you still
not?
could.
What if they're just
Well, that's your
explicitly
opinion.
lynching
And what I heard, there was a joke every time in the scenario where it's an inappropriate time, and then it's like, oh, we gotta fuck or to stay alive on this planet. If you don't stick your dick in me, the air will collapse. Whatever the fuck Rick and Morty are saying, and it's just so outrageous and unlike. That's what's the funny part.
But why
it's not
is it
literally saying, hey, you guys at home, isn't it fun to get fucked by your grandpa? Pull down your pants, show him your hiney. Like they're
No.
not saying that.
But that is how it feels when they're doing the puppet shit.
Well, that's
Like,
your
the-
opinion.
the
Facts don't care about
outside-
your feelings, pal.
Yeah, but Helen, what about the fact
Ben
that
Shapiro's on the same page.
there is no like resolution? It's just them. Like
I
it is
love
just
Rick and
them
Morty,
drawing
okay?
child.
I don't mean to change the subject. Did you guys see Ben Shapiro's fucking take on WAP?
No, I heard
Cardi
about
B's-
it. I heard it was funny.
Yeah,
It's great.
there's
It is the
remixes
greatest
all
thing.
over YouTube with that, auto tuning it and shit.
I'm married to a doctor. and they might have venereal disease. My wife tells me that women don't just get wet. That's probably some kind of disease down there. She's a doctor. She would know.
Ben
All right,
Shapiro's
guys, I'm
wife
late
told
for
him
going
that
to
he
pick
can't
up.
get wet.
My bad. I gotta go, guys. I gotta go pick someone up. But it was a good show. We
Thank you, guys.
we're doing it. We're doing it for you, Ross Dog, and that canceled Heaven in the Sky.
Yeah, rip Ross Dog.
Rip
All right,
Ross
guys,
Dog.
have fun.
Press F for Ross. Later, Bellet.
Ian, you satisfied?
Yeah,
we
man.
come to terms
Yeah,
that jokes are and we take away. It's like the gun situation. You start taking away some guns, they just won't stop. You get rid of Rick and Morty,
They're
where does
not
it end?
canceled. That's the thing that, like, you
But
guys.
if everyone got outraged enough, Rex, and everyone felt like everyone had an Ian Ellis, they will be canceled. If it keeps pushing, it will be canceled.
I said this on Cosmic Stream yesterday, right? And I think it's true. Calling them a pedo has less of an impact than calling Alex Jones a racist. You know what I'm saying? People are more outraged on something that's suggestively racist than there is against something suggestively pedophilic, or overtly. You know, and I just feel like the priorities are out of order. And not only that, they're not canceled. They're mainstream.
Well, you know, Rex, that's the point that Dan Harmon was trying to make in his Daryl video. That it's okay to justify murder, but, you know, we don't have romantic shows about pedophiles.
Right.
So Dan
Yeah, or
Harmon's
trying
not
to
that
fuck your
bad.
mom and Back to the Future, right? I'm sorry if we talked about that already.
It's not realistic, but it's just overtly pornographic, involving children.
Yeah, let's
You
get
know
rid of
what I mean?
anything pornographic, guys, from an adult cartoon. Rex is right.
Involving children.
Yeah,
Like, you
let's
could
get rid
say,
of all.
I mean, if you could say, I don't want, like, here's the thing. I don't seek out this show. I don't like it. I think it's not funny or whatever. I don't want to take away their right to make it. But I do think, like, you know who I think should go after them? Medicare. Because Medicare went after this community of, like, furries and degenerates on the internet that would draw their own child pornography. And this is basically the same thing with a higher budget and on mainstream television.
Oh, the YouTuber Medicare?
Yeah.
You remember I went after Ren and Stimpy.
Merch.
And now she mentioned it. Powerpuff Girls did give me a boner sometimes. We should cancel that shit.
Guys, everybody go watch the documentary. Draw your own opinion. Please share it. And watch Cosmic and Rex's reaction to it because they're super funny.
Guys.
And, support Joe Booney. Podbean.com. Cancel Ross Dog. Fuck you, Kittens Mittens.
Thanks, guys.
Shout out
Thanks
to
for sharing
Jokas.
intelligence.
Shout out to
Later,
Cheese,
Ellen.
the Queen. Nat Clo 1.
Nat Force.
Kenny TV.
Joker
Beta.
After Show.
Good show, Cosmo.
Yeah, good chilling with you
Tried my
guys, man.
best.
You did good. You did good.
I'm afraid of radio wars.
You niggas try to play it, nigga.
Who is this guy? Who is this?
Read that comment down there, Lance. You see it?
This guy Ian Ellis sounds a lot better than Sansi.
This dude has ruined being Asian for dynasties. Forget about Star Trek. There's not going to be another Asian in space for generations.
He's a man with respect. He respects women 150%.
She's not even a real hoe.
This is the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life. What the fuck were you pushing me to?
And one of her front teeth that is cut with a slant, like a 45-degree angle. How the fuck does that happen? It looks like someone cut it with a rotary tool. Yeah, get Ian Ellis on the show. He follows us on, follows me on Twitter.
Spell it, Joe. I spell Booney. He's a radish, a cougar. And if he thinks I'm fake news, well, you know what? Come see what fake news is, because I'll teach you what fake news is, because we are real news with Joe the Fighting J. We are real human beings, and nobody disrespects me.
That was your gay.
Make fun of my show all you want. Hey, I don't care. See, you're the joke, not me. You're the biggest joke on the face of this earth. You didn't know what you're talking. You didn't make sense. You can't even show your own face. It's a stupid mic. What's this? I don't need no mic. Do I need a mic to be on my show? No, I don't need a mic. I don't need nothing. I just need a camera, my sports show. That's it. You have a basement that is broken down. Holes in the wall. Welcome to the gaming channel. Give me a freaking break. I'm better than you 150%.
You address the question. Who addressed the question, you fucking bitch-ass chinkster? Seriously, who wants to watch Rice-ster?
You got me.
Are you fucking scheming?
Yes,
Freak?
worked really hard all day to put these shows together so that he can get 15-minute cam shows.
Yeah.
Yes.
We get like guys that are just literally obsessed with Patrice O'Neal. I don't understand that.
No, I apologize. My name's
I
Ian.
know.
Let me
Fuck
introduce
you.
myself.
I laughed at all of your jokes. I laughed at all of Alan's jokes. I'm always good to people. Go fucking fuck yourself, dude.
What do you feel like I did to you?
Just go. Just don't talk to me.
I
Do not talk
apologize.
to me. Do not talk to me. Go away.
All right. Well, I apologize.
Well,
if I
no,
made you
I
feel
don't give a
bad.
shit. Go fuck yourself.
I want to make amends.
Yeah, no, you were horrible. You were horrible, and you humiliated me in front of a room of people that I care about and respect. So please go away.
I apologize.
No,
if I
you're
made
not
you
even
feel
any
bad.
good. So please go away.
Thank you.
No,
and I'm
no,
sorry.
go fuck yourself. Fucking take your fucking shitty fucking fedora and go eat a dick.
So this little fag, he goes, I don't like radio wars, and he fucking does this shit.